number 8, Tyler McKnight. Number 63, Tyler Laspinato. Number Malachi Ross. And number 10, Ashley Scott. Keaton Tyler with the return for the Blue Devils. Takes it across the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils.
So they beat us last year too, so down there.
Well, we can find out here in just a moment. I can't rely on my memory, but I can go back to 2024 in my notes. Spotsylvania, how do we do? Lost 29-22.
Yeah, it was close.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got to look at Culpeper's offense here to start things. They're going to start from the 27-yard line. You never know who's going to be snapped to. This is Vineyard near side, looking for a block. He won't get one, and he's going to be stopped near the line of scrimmage. And coming up to make the tackle was number 4, Hudson Callahan.
Yeah, see, Vineyard was trying to get north and south, trying to get it turned upfield, but you got to give Spotsylvania credit on that, on their defense right there. They just kept stringing it out, and he had no choice but to go out of bounds.
Well, they gave him a yard, a 2nd and 9 here at the 28, opening minute here of this first quarter here at Broman Field. And you see this formation where we talked about the variation of the single wing and the spin series. You don't know where the ball is going to be hiked. There's a little spinning. Here's Caleb Green, gets his first carry. Spotsylvania's defense was waiting on him, and they're going to stop him for no gain on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, again, that was a great read by the defense. The Spotsylvania's end stayed home. He saw, they've been getting film of Culpeper, and he read it perfectly, and Caleb had nowhere to go.
Riley Lentz is jersey number 1. Caleb Green wears jersey number 3. Riley Vineyard, 34. And number 44 back there is Cameron Marduz. All right, here's 3rd and long for the Blue Devils. Looking to pass for the first time tonight. This one incomplete, intended for Jossie Shiflett. There's a penalty flag down. Defending on the play was Hudson Callahan.
And it's going to be pass interference on the Knights of Spotsylvania. They're all over Shiflett before the ball even got there.
So pass interference. First penalty of the night.
It's a 15-yarder. It's a big one.
Well, that's going to move the sticks. As they mark this one off, we'll tell you that localsportshistory.com is the community sports site that you are building organically. Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at localsportshistory.com. So all the way out to the 38-yard line. So 1st and 10. Blue Devils. New set of downs here off the penalty by Spotsylvania's pass interference.
I still think you're going to have to go there against this Knight defense. Try to soften them up with the run, but I think play action, will freeze those safeties and the linebackers, and we can get some man-on-man situations. We ought to go for it.
All right. This is to Riley Lentz. Here's his pitch to Caleb Green. Goes to the outside, stiff arms one defender, and they force him out of bounds after he crossed the 45-yard line to the 46. Pickup of 8 yards, Steve, which should bring up a 2nd and 2.
Now,
Or, wait a minute. Let's see where they got it marked.
So he stepped out.
He stepped out. All right. He's at the 45. Looks like they're going to call it 2nd and 8.
I thought he got more than 8 yards, but
I thought he got more than, the 2.
2, yeah. I thought he had 8.
Okay. Well, line of scrimmage of 45. 2nd down and 8. Opening drive of this football game. And straight ahead is the ball carrier. Oh, that's Riley Lentz, always fighting for extra yards. Actually, it's number 44, Cameron Marduz, straight ahead. He got into Spotsylvania territory at the 49-yard line, picked up 6.
Now you put your offense mark in a good situation. You got, right now 3rd and short. And you don't, whereas in the previous offense series before the penalty, they were looking at 3rd and 9, getting in long yardage situations on 3rd down. That does not help this Blue Devil team.
Really, Steve, when you look at a 3rd and 2, don't you sort of think Riley Vineyard as maybe one of your top choice? Whether you don't know what they're going to do, but he's always a natural. There he is. They hike it to Vineyard, and they stand him up, push him back. Extra effort by Vineyard. Still on his feet, pitches it back, and he's going to end up getting a 1st down because he pitched it back to, I believe it was Riley Lentz. Well, they had Vineyard bottled up.
I know.
How did he get out of there?
I don't know. They didn't. I could see just like you. And then he had the wherewithal to turn around and lateral it to one of his teammates as he was going down. But that's a 1st down. That was a good play. Heads-up play by Riley Vineyard.
Yeah, he needed 2 yards. He ended up picking up 6 with the lateral back to Riley Lentz. And a new set of downs for the Blue Devils here in this opening drive. 9 minutes and 8 seconds. Clock ticking. First quarter, no score. You can see that there. Again, Nick Morris up top behind the camera tonight. Johnny Krawchuk with the night off. Eric Sherry likely watching from home. Mason Sherry doing the honors here coaching for the Blue Devils. And right now they started a drive at their own 27. They've moved it to the Spotsylvania 43. Here comes Riley Lentz, and Lentz has nowhere to go. They strung this one out very quickly, did Spotsylvania. Ethan Sinclair makes the initial hit. And we'll have a loss on the play.
A big loss, Mark. And that's when Lentz has got to realize, try to turn your body, get more facing north-south, or, try to throw it to a receiver, throw it out of bounds. But now you put your offense back in the hole, 2nd and long.
Yep, 2nd and 13 for the Blue Devils. And how about big number 77, Steve, that right tackle?
He's a big one.
Or, no, he's actually at right guard, Markel Reed. Yeah. He's a load up there. Here's 2nd and 13. Back to the misdirection again. Running back breaks the tackle. That's number, is that 28?
28.
We're going to get a roster check on that, Steve?
It's 20.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. 20. It is 20.
no, it's 20.
20.
Richard Cannon
All right.
is on the roster as number 20.
That's who it is.
He got back the lost yardage, brings up 3rd and 9 here.
Now the Blue Devils are going to have to see what they can call up here. I would say you're going to have to pass.
On 3rd and 9, let's see what they draw up. This is Lentz, rolls to his right, throws over the middle of the field, going up for it, incomplete, and that was intended for Cannon. Nicely defended by Spotsylvania. Now you're going to have a 4th down and 9, and I assume we'll see the punting team.
I would assume, but I haven't seen him out there yet. And the reason again, you got Lentz throwing off his back feet, and it's not very accurate. The ball sails on you when you're running like that. You need to do play action, freeze those linebackers. So they sent a lot of people on that play, Spotsylvania did, to try to disrupt Lentz in the passing game. If they're going to do that, you got to make them pay with screen pass or delay.
Well, the Blue Devils need 9 yards to keep this drive going. Otherwise, we'll turn it over to Spotsylvania. All right, here's Lentz on the rollout, looking downfield, going up for it. And this one looks like it's picked off, and it is intercepted by Jaden Young of Spotsylvania, our first turnover of the night.
And Mark, that was it was not thrown very well. It was underthrown, and again, Culpeper defenders got to learn to become a defensive back on that play and get knocked out of the defender, Spotsylvania's hands. But
all right, well, they used some clock, did the Blue Devils. Down to 7:06 to play here in this first quarter. Spotsylvania on offense for the first time tonight, and they're going to have it at the 27. All right. That quarterback is number 12, Braden Hodges. Remember, they run the spread a lot here.
Yeah.
They go the run on 1st down. Running back tries that right side. I believe that was Colton Jones.
And we got it there on defense, Mark. I know we got 63 and 34.
Yeah, we got to get these spots in too, Steve. This quarter's getting away from
it. It is that. Saul Acevedo.
In the backfield for Spotsylvania, number 7 is Braden Puller. The quarterback, number 12, Braden Hodges. Colton Jones, a running back as well. 2 receivers set. This broadcast, we'll get to the sponsors here when we can. Blue Devils now showing some pressure up front. Are they going to blitz? Spotsylvania picks it up. Short pass, swings it out to his receiver there, Colton Jones. Jones will have what looks like a Spotsylvania first down. Well, our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556.
Now, that was a screen pass on that play, Mark, and it kind of worked because the Devils were trying to apply pressure, and that was a good play to call and take take the Blue Devils out of that pressure and see if they can just play man up. So we'll see what's going to happen here.
1st and 10 Knights from their own 38-yard line. Hodges, quarterback, play action, throwing downfield, going long. He's got a receiver out there. It's caught by Hudson Callahan, and Caleb Green makes the tackle. Now deep into Culpeper territory. We certainly want to take another look at that one. Look at this long pass.
Yeah, look at it right there. It's behind the secondary, a good 2 or 3 yards, and he got caught by Green to save the touchdown. But again, he was just too wide open, Mark.
And good-looking pass.
And that's why I said earlier in the pregame, we got to he's got to get pressure. We have to bring pressure from our defense.
All the way down to the 18-yard line. 1st and 10 Knights. Hodges, the quarterback, hands off. Here's your running back making a cut. That's Braylon Puller to about the 10. All right. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673. 5:32 clock ticking, first quarter action. No score, but Spotsylvania now in the red zone. They have it at the 9-yard line, and it is 2nd down. Back to the running back there. Makes the cut, comes back this way. Braylon Puller. They finally blow the whistle after he gets inside the 5-yard line. And the last man up off that pile was number 6, Jossie Shiflett for Culpeper.
And now they're, and this brings up, what, 3rd and 1?
Mm-hmm. 3rd and 1 just inside the 5-yard line. So Spotsylvania can get a first down and still have 4 tries to try to punch it in to score first. Clock running, 4:48 to go here in the first quarter. The man over the ball for Culpeper is big Markel Reed.
They put him in there to stop the run.
Hodges under center this time. They give it to the running back, number 33. They're going to stop him after he picks up a first down. That was Cameron Puller. So new set of downs here. So Steve, Spotsylvania will have 4 tries to punch it in from the 2.
Yeah, they will. And again, that's where you want your defense to get low, cause havoc up front. But from your defensive line, allow your linebackers to make a play. Because they look like they're in a bunch formation. They're going to like to run it right up the middle.
And they go to the running game. Straight ahead they go. And it looks like that was, let's pick up the numbers, Steve. Go camera left on this one. Nick, go to the left and let's see, pick up the ball carrier. He's gone now.
We have a flag.
All right. This is only our 2nd penalty of the night.
Yeah, I think it's going against Spotsylvania. I think it's a hold.
All right. They had 1st and goal from the 3.
Yep.
Now we'll have the mark off. Right. Well, this we saw some of this last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
Where you get down deep into this red zone, all of a sudden you start operating in reverse and going backwards.
Well, he said Culpeper needed this breather right here.
So it was the 3. They mark off 10 yards. It's now 1st and goal from the 13. Under center, the quarterback, Braden Hodges. Handoff straight ahead to that fullback, number 55, Timmy Sullivan. Steve, he's a workhorse on defense. He gets his first carry on offense tonight, lost his helmet in the process.
Yeah, but he's going to have to exit the field for one play because his helmet came off.
All right, this broadcast brought to you in part by Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. 3:47 clock stopped here. Line of scrimmage now the 10. Sullivan picked up 3 yards, and it is 2nd and goal from the 10.
Come on and see if Culpeper can put some pressure here. They're in a pass formation.
Yeah, they are. They got a man in motion, and they fake it to him, and the quarterback keeps it. Braden Hodges straight ahead. Looks like he's going to be down at about the 3-yard line. So 3rd and goal now from the 3.
Yeah, the Devils better see what they can dial up here in short yardage on the 3rd down and the goal.
Well, Spotsylvania's mixed it up some, Steve. When they're lining up to run the ball, they use what looks to me like sort of an inverted wishbone.
They do. It looks exactly like that. But now they're
a little different formation here with one back, more of an H-back back there with Colton Jones now, the quarterback. He fakes it. He's going to keep it. Jones is in from 3 yards out. Touchdown, Spotsylvania. The Knights are on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the Culpeper defender pinched down. He went for that fake on the man in motion, and the quarterback just had an open alley, run right through it. Look, right there.
Yeah, Colton Jones over right tackle. And
good read by the quarterback.
2:48 to play in the first quarter. 6-0. On for the point after is Damian Mitri. And we'll try to make it a 7-0 lead. The snap, the hold, the kick. Plenty of leg behind it. Kick is up and good. 7-0 our score here at Broman Field. First quarter action. 2:49 remaining here in the first quarter. Well, Steve, Spotsylvania took the ball on their opening drive from the 27. And let's see, I want to do some time here. They had the ball about 5 minutes. And,
I was going to say, yeah, they did. You're right.
And as did Culpeper. On their opening drive, they consumed about 5 minutes of the clock, but they were turned back on 4th down because they had the interception. And then Spotsylvania took over on its opening drive, moved it all the way down in the red zone, and then it looked like they might have some trouble with that 10-yard penalty, but they looked like they shook that off and decided, no, we mean business. We're going to score.
The big play was the pass play, and the quarterback saw it and saw that the receiver was behind our, Culpeper's defense, and he threw it out there on a rope, and that was the big play. And that's what Culpeper's got to limit tonight. They cannot give up the big plays. It's all right to score if it's an effort like that drive was. That's different, but, in that drive there was one big play that sunk them.
Damian Mitri will kick off to the Blue Devils. Spotsylvania up 7-0. Return men back deep, Caleb Green and Keyshawn Tyler. Here's Mitri's kick. This one's going to be fielded at about the 2. And this is Keyshawn Tyler. Good return out to about the 30. Oh, a 28-yard return by number 14 there. You're looking at him, Keyshawn Tyler, senior wide receiver, defensive back, and kick returner.
Good return. Now let's see if this offense can really make the Knight defense pay here, because they're really trying to tee off and get to Lentz, the quarterback. And, if they're going to be that aggressive, you got to find some plays, either a delay handoff up the middle or screen passes or quick outs. Even slants to get make them honest a little bit.
All right. Well, Culpeper trails 7-0, and now they take over on offense for the second time tonight. This time a little better field position, starting at their own 30. 2 minutes, 43 seconds to play in the first quarter. This is Vineyard, near side. Got away from the first defender, made a cut, and then got out to about the 33, picked up 3 yards, and the man making the tackle is one of the best players they have on defense, and that's Timmy Sullivan, number 55.
Yeah, he's a stud in there. And again, it's not that defensive line isn't that big from a weight standpoint. They're tall, but again, Culpeper's got to be able to keep their blocks in, no hole, keep them between the, in the chest, and see if we can open up a hole or get the ball to one of our speedsters.
All right, this broadcast brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371. Straight ahead, the ball carrier. Maybe a yard on the play. That was number 44, Cameron Marduz. He's going to bring up 3rd and long. They mark it to 35. They give him 2. That'll be 3rd and 5 on its way.
And this is what they don't want to be in 3rd and long situations.
All right. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVAcreditunion.org. Steve, good to be with you tonight. It's good to be with Nick, and good to be back at Roman Field, our first time here this season.
Nice evening for football.
Yeah, starting to feel a cool breeze. Let's see if the Blue Devils can remain cool under pressure here on 3rd and 5. Here's the sweep coming to the right. Caleb Green looking for a block. Not going to find one. In fact, he's going to be tackled for a loss. And who was it again? It's number 55, Timmy Sullivan, making the tackle for Spotsylvania. And they're going to force Culpeper to kick, I do believe.
Yeah, because I think this penalty is going against the Blue Devils.
Oh, I didn't see the penalty flag down.
Yeah, it might be a hold. We'll see.
So if it were a holding against Culpeper, you'd likely decline it if you're Spotsylvania, wouldn't you?
Well, if you're looking for the game of field position.
Well, there's that, yeah.
I mean, if you can pin them all the way back and they go there, I mean, now you're forcing the punt.
It is holding. We did decline it.
They did decline. If I would have declined it, I would have accepted it. Your defense is playing
field
good.
Position the way
But
all right, let's dropping back to punt. Saul Acevedo, and he's going to be standing at about his own 20. One man back for Spotsylvania. Here's the kick. They put the pressure, weren't able to get it. Let's check the roll. They're going to down it at the 35-yard line. That's for Spotsylvania, which is on top 7-0. Will send its offense back on the field for the second time with good field position from the 35.
And the defense better be aware that Spotsylvania has some quick strike availability with their wide receivers in that quarterback. You're going to let him sit back there and throw. It's going to be a long night for the Blue Devils.
Quarterback is Braden Hodges. He wears jersey number 12. He's a senior. On their scoring play, though, they went with Colton Jones back there as the quarterback, number 1. You see him now lining up in the slot. To his left is Hudson Callahan. They also send 2 receivers to the top of your screen because they do run the spread offense. And in the backfield is running back Braylon Puller. And they go to Puller. And he gets across the 40 to the 42, and Riley Vineyard and others, including number 44, Cameron Marduse, combined for the Blue Devil tackle.
That was good. They got him quick because if they hadn't made the tackle, he had some more room to operate in our secondary.
Picked up just 2 yards on first down, 2nd and 8. Final seconds ticking off this first quarter clock. And we've played one at Broman Field. Into the first. Spotsylvania 7, Culpeper nothing. Back for the second right after this.
This broadcast is made possible by the generosity of the following sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found & Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members. And the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.
Hey, welcome back to our broadcast from Broman Field, where we are set to begin the second quarter of action. Spotsylvania on top 7-0. As we start this second quarter, the Knights have the football looking at 2nd and 8 from their own 37. Here's a pitch on the jet sweep to the left. We lost him, and all right, he was tackled by Riley Vineyard, the ball carrier there. Colton Jones on the jet sweep, and that did really get untracked thanks to the play of Riley Vineyard.
He was shot out of a cannon, Mark, right up through that blitz from his linebacker position. He was in the backfield with the Spotsylvania runners, and he great takedown. Good hustle. That's what they needed.
Big loss of 10 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 16 now for Spotsylvania. So here's an opportunity for that Culpeper defense, Steve, if they can get a stop, to give the ball back to their teammates with reasonably good field position. Here's the pressure from Vineyard. They picked that up, but now the quarterback throwing downfield. This one looks like it's picked up. Incomplete. It was broken up by number 21, Savion Milam. The quarterback was Braden Hodges. He was going deep down the field, but threw that one in traffic. And, Steve, good defensive play that time. Good coverage by the Blue Devils.
It was. It was good coverage, and you look back, too, at the ball. That's why they make sure he doesn't get the interference, because a lot of players look at the receiver and don't look back at the ball, and they're putting their hands out on him. That's going to get a flag every time. Good play by 21.
So the Blue Devil defense does this job. Dropping back to punt is Tyler Livingston. And he's going to stand at about the 15. Caleb Green back for the Blue Devils. Here comes the pressure. They're able to get the kick off. It's a short kick. It does take the Spotsylvania roll, but this is going to be the best field position the Blue Devils have had tonight, Steve, as they down the ball at about the 42 of Culpeper. So this will be Culpeper's 3rd try on offense, best field position of the night.
When you see that ball on the ground by the kicker, by the punter, you're told, get to that football. And that kicker was lucky to get it off, because Culpeper kind of looked away a little bit, but they could have gotten in there and blocked it or picked it up, because he dropped the football.
Well, localsportshistory.com is the community sports site that you are building organically. Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at localsportshistory.com. All right, 11:08 to play, second quarter action, 7-0 Spotsylvania. Blue Devils back on offense for the 3rd time tonight. with its best field position from the 43. Here is Vineyard, left side. He gets to the 45, and then they force him out of bounds near the 47. You like Vineyard both north and south and east and west, Steve?
Yes, I like north and south. He's strong. He can get low. He can get those pads low, and he can deliver a blow when he's running. He's running east and west. He's allowing the pursuit to catch up to him. I mean, he's a tough guy, but he's not the fastest guy.
But, a really solid football player.
Yep.
Picked up 4 yards, 2nd and 6 Blue Devils. They now have it at their own 47-yard line. Like I say, opening minute here of this second quarter rather, and Spotsylvania on top, 7-0. Here's the snap. This is to Caleb Green, or is it? No, it's number 9, Steve. That's Grant Soderholm. Yeah, his first carry of the night.
Good little run right there by Soderholm.
Soderholm got the midfield, picked up 3, and that brings up a manageable 3rd and 3 for the Blue Devils.
That's the principal's son, I believe.
Daniel Soderholm, the principal. Athletic director is Daniel Nobbs. And Eric Sherry, the head coach, we mentioned not here tonight, but Mason Sherry, his son, is at the helm. We'll mention his assistants when we come back to it. It's 3rd and 3 here for the Blue Devils. And the quick hitter to Mardus. And I think Mardus has enough for a Blue Devil first down. I like that play call, Steve.
I do too, and I like it, but are they going to give it to him?
It looks like he's got it from here.
They're not signaling yet.
Oh, now they're moving it.
Yeah.
I was a little ahead of them, Steve. Maybe I had a better view. What do you think?
Yep. I was looking across the way and said,
Well, they've moved it now to the Spotsylvania 46. New set of downs for Culpeper, trailing 7-0. And Soderholm with his first carry of the game for the Blue Devils. And back in that offensive backfield, Cameron Mardus and others. Ball is on the ground. It's going to be picked up by Riley Lentz, and he'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. So a little bit of a miscue there.
Yeah, see, and I think Culpeper's offense has got to make this defense pay a little bit because they're loading the box. And when Culpeper's getting in that, basically almost like the single win, the spin formation they got, Spotsylvania's reading it pretty well, and what they're doing is they're stacking everybody, and they're daring Culpeper to throw the ball.
So now it is 2nd down, and we'll call it 11 for the Blue Devils. They're at the Knights' 47-yard line with 9:06 to play in the second. Clock is moving. They're on 2nd and 11. This is Lentz setting up, firing. This one caught. This is by Jossie Shiflett, and Shiflett's going to take it to the house. From 47 yards out, the Blue Devils are on the scoreboard.
Touchdown, Blue Devils! Jossie Shiflett from Riley Lentz.
Well, what were you just saying, Steve, about the crowd in the box? You got to go with the pass.
I know. I'm glad they went for that because I saw it. They didn't have any. There was no safety help. And just take your guy, the best speed guy you have, tell him go long.
Nice play call, Blue Devils. And now Saul Acevedo is going to attempt to tie this football game up. Or so we think. Now they line up to go for 2. But now we've got a whistle, and I think Spotsylvania maybe can't. Nope. Or is Culpeper? Spotsylvania calls a timeout. So the Blue Devils gave them a look that made them think, oh, we've got to rethink this thing.
Do you think this should go for 2?
Well, last week when the Liberty got the penalty and it moved the ball half the distance to the 1, you think, well, now you go for 2. You got AP Hull back there, right? They didn't, and the kick was no good. In the end, mathematically, that was the difference.
Yeah, because they could have gone, man. They got the penalty against the Blue Devils on that 2-point. Against Eastern View, and they still decided to go with the kick. And like you said, instead of moving it up half the distance to the 1.
I'm sure I'm pretty conservative in my play calling for the most part. If I were the coach, I would think you still line up to go for the point after. But what do I know? I'm here and not a coach. But, right now it looks like they're going to go for 2.
Yeah, you're in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like you, but I like the call going for 2 here. Now you got to make sure you got to have a play that you're going to get 2 yards from.
And Spotsylvania is well aware of number 34 back there because Riley oftentimes is the go-to guy on short down situations. He's so dependable. And there is Riley Vineyard. There's Vineyard, makes a cut. He's in from 2 yards out, so the 2-point conversion is good. Well, you know, hindsight is a good thing.
Yeah, give it to your workhorse, Riley Vineyard. He's not going to be stopped. He's got that 2 yards.
He got a block from Riley Lentz, and he made the cut. He got in the end zone. So they did go to Vineyard. Spotsylvania probably predicted they would go to Vineyard, but Vineyard got it anyway. So the 2-point by Vineyard gives Culpeper an 8-7 lead. So it's a gutsy call. You know, and you always look good when you make it, and if you don't make it, then people are saying, well, why didn't they go for the point after, right?
I know.
So that's the life of a coach. That's what you live with. Well, you know, our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Also want to mention this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673. Saul Acevedo will tee it up for the Blue Devils, and they're up 8-7. And I'm Mark O'Connell alongside Steve Peacock, Nick Morris, the man behind the camera tonight, up top. And we can tell early on that we're going to be in for a hard-fought game, Steve.
Yeah, I think we are. I mean, we just proved we can score against them. We proved that we can stop them. Now we just got to put both, our offense and defense together and stay together for the rest of this game and play connected.
Acevedo's kick is short. This one bobbled and fumbled and recovered by the Blue Devils, and it's number 28. Wait a minute. We'll make sure we got the right number here.
I thought it was 21. No, there he is.
Oh, it's number 20, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, it's Richard Cannon, number 20.
Richard Cannon, yep.
Yeah, that 0 looked like an 8 to me. So there's a turnover by Spotsylvania. Both teams have a turnover tonight. This is a big one, Steve, because Culpeper now has the ball in excellent field position. They got a little momentum behind them.
Yep, they sure do.
So now operating Culpeper is from the Spotsylvania 27. 8:42 to play in the second. 8-7 our score. Here is Riley Lentz. He's going to throw. Good coverage out there, going up for it. Making the catch is number 5, Mason Elkins.
Touchdown, Blue Devils. Riley Lentz, 2. It looks like Joshy Shiflett.
Number 5, isn't it? No, it's Mason Elkins.
Mason Elkins.
27 yards.
I couldn't see the number from way up here.
Lentz to Elkins.
That was a heck of a catch by Elkins. Heck of a throw by Lentz.
That'll make it 14-7. Now they go back for the point after here, but then they switch it up. Well, Spotsylvania have to call a timeout to think about it. All right, in that backfield is Isaac Weigert, number 12. Now they go back to the conventional point after, and Weigert's the holder for Acevedo, the kicker. Get snapped down, the hold down, the kick is up, and no good.
He's wide left.
They'll make it 14-7. Well, I don't think that hurts the Blue Devils, Steve, when you think about it. If you look at the score 14-7, it would appear that there have been 3 scores and 3-point afters.
Well, that's why they had that 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Gave him that. But I thought the kick was good from here, too, but it wasn't. It was wide to the left.
Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. 8:35 to play here in the second quarter. And the Blue Devils are on top, 14-7 over the visiting Knights of Spotsylvania County. And we mentioned that both teams entered tonight's game with identical 2-1 records. Steve, if you're the Blue Devils, that has to be a real jolt of confidence injected into you when you think about how your defense had stopped Spotsylvania, and then you got the score, and then on the kickoff, you had the fumble recovery, and then you score again. You got the momentum on your side, no doubt.
Yeah, you do, and I like the aggressiveness. Now you've put Spotsylvania on their heels, and so again, can we duplicate the same thing on this kickoff? But yeah, and the other thing I liked is they've scored off the turnovers. They've made Spotsylvania pay for those turnovers.
All right, here is Acevedo's kick, another short kick. Fair catch called for and taken by Landon Josephs. Now we'll get a chance to see Spotsylvania back on offense. Steve, now the onus is on them. They have to respond. Well, they don't have to, but here's a penalty flag coming in late.
Uh-oh. This must be an unsportsmanlike, because no play has occurred. It's got to be dead ball.
And the man in the white hat will soon tell us, we hope.
Those, like I said, those conduct penalties, they can just nail you. Got an updated score for our listening viewing audience. UVA 7, Florida State nothing, second quarter, courtesy of Ronnie Harper.
Well, that would be, they're
at home.
A little bit surprising, but there's a lot of football ahead of you and anything can happen. But what a huge win that would be if UVA can pull it off over
Florida State.
Your Seminoles, Steve. Someone was saying today, I think it's been like 30 years.
It has, 1995.
I was at that game.
So was I.
Were you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Never sat down the whole time.
I remember being there.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the players back then as far as names. I mean, if I heard names.
Mike Groh, Tiki
Mike Groh
Barber.
was Tiki Barber playing for them then? Okay.
Rondé Barber was too.
Yeah, the twins.
He had Anthony Poindexter.
Remember that?
And what is this flag here?
Well, we still don't have a signal.
You're going to tell right now.
So after some deliberation, we have a unsportsmanlike penalty against Spotsylvania.
And he threw him out.
And whoever it was is ejected.
Wow.
Yeah, that's huge.
Huge.
When you get ejected.
Yeah. To get ejected, you either had to throw the punch or please he didn't. I hope he didn't spit at him.
You did something flagrantly bad.
Exactly, and could cost the Knights.
All the way back now to the 10-yard line. That's where Spotsylvania will take over here, rather than the 25.
Now
that 15-yard penalty, and the player was tossed.
Now, if you're Culpeper, you want to make him pay here.
All right. 8:35 to play, second quarter action. Spotsylvania operating now from its own 10. And they go to the run, making a couple cuts and making a couple players miss was running back Braylon Puller. And
this might be against the Blue Devils. Thrown by the
did
back
you see a penalty
judge.
Flag down?
Yeah. It might. I think this could be a face mask against Culpeper. We'll see.
Well, this one's, it is a face mask. This call came in quickly and decisively, didn't it? This one did not need any deliberation. It's incidental swing, cost them 5 yards, Steve.
Yep. But it's enough to give them a first down.
And it's at the 30, first and 10, Spotsylvania. You see the score there, 14-7 in favor of the Blue Devils. Spotsylvania oftentimes operates in this spread attack offense. They've got two receivers to the left, one to the right. Little play action. They throw near side to the receiver. Hudson Callahan catches it at the 35, and he got out to about the 37. And Colton Green makes the stop for the Blue Devils. He picked up 7.
All right, let's see if we can.
Going to bring up second down and 3.
Again, I like the aggressiveness that Culpeper's using on defense, but you got to make sure you. And if you're one of the wideout safeties, keep the ball and the player in front of you.
Ethan Sinclair, the running back, in the backfield. He gets the call. Straight ahead he goes. He needs a couple yards to move the sticks.
He
gets to the 40. It looks like he got it.
Yeah, he got it. But that's all right. Culpeper's, hey, if they want to grind it out that way, Culpeper's they're starting to play with some poise, and they've settled down, and they're I think the more aggressive team right now.
Yeah, I think Culpeper has to feel pretty good about where they are in this ball game. Spotsylvania quarterback is Braden Hodges, number 12. Got the big fella back there with him. And they hand it off to him. And look at the bottom of that pile. You'll see the man coming up who got him at the ankles and held on.
Held on. The pile landed on him. It looks like number. Is it?
I believe it was.
I think it's number, not 1.
It's hard to pick it up there. It was a good tackle.
Yep, he held on the ankle. I was just trying to see who it was.
Gaining and play the running back was Cameron Puller. You see him there, number 33. He's a big guy. No gain, 2nd and 10. Blue Devils show pressure, then back off. Back to Puller. They go over the right side. Puller is wrestled down at the 45 after a 3-yard pickup, and that was Richard Cannon coming up to make the stop.
He was shot out of a cannon. He held on too, and was able to bring the Knight running back down. See what they're going to do now. Culpeper, they got to have a big stop right here. They get a good stop here, they can go in and try to score before the half ends.
3rd and 6 on its way for Spotsylvania. They have the ball at their own 46. 5:38 to play here in the second. There's a snap, play action. He's got time and throwing over the middle of the field, incomplete. He had a receiver out there, and he overthrew the intended receiver. Steve, I believe that was number 5, Jaden Young. Or was it? Nope, it was number 9, Freddie Smith.
He was
Brings up 4th down.
He was defended on by Caleb Green, but that play crossed the formation. If the quarterback had been accurate, it would have been a completed pass. It looks like they're going to try to go for it here.
Well, they're certainly lining up as they're going to. In the backfield tonight for the first time is Braden Aguilar. He wears jersey number 11. Well, Spotsylvania is lining up to go for it. Braden Hodges in the gun. Play action. He's going to roll out to his left. He's in trouble. And they're going to, I thought he was going to sack him. He was able to get rid of it as Riley Vineyard had him in his clutches.
But that's going to be grounding. The flag's already been thrown. He was out of the pocket, and he did not throw it to an eligible receiver. That's going to be, loss of down, but it's already 4th down. It's going to be declined because Culpeper's going to take over. Oh, yeah, because loss of down, intentional grounding.
Here comes the call from the official, the referee there, the man in the white hat is going to tell us that it is.
Riley Vineyard just ran him down. I couldn't believe it how fast he got to that quarterback.
I was a little surprised the quarterback ran outside the pocket, Steve. It looked like he had protection.
He did. But he got flushed, and Riley's like a dog after a bone, man. He was right on him.
He was all over him relentlessly. Here comes the call, and it is an intentional grounding. All right, now they're going to mark.
Yeah, okay. It's the blue. It's on 4th down.
It's
so they
turnover on downs, exactly.
Yep.
So, and not only that, but Culpeper will have excellent field position, Steve, at the Spotsylvania 35-yard line.
Culpeper's now got some, moxie in them because they know we can play with this team.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing they haven't seen before.
Taking over with 5:22 to play in the second quarter are the Blue Devils from the Knights 35. Here's Caleb Green. Green makes the man miss. Makes a cut. He's in the open field. There goes Green. He's being chased, and they won't get him in time from 35 yards out.
35 yards out. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Caleb Green from 35 yards. What a run. He broke tackles right there, and he just out-hustled the Spotsylvania defender and takes it in for 6.
Would not be denied. 20-7. So Culpeper takes over after a turnover on downs by Spotsylvania. They need one play to run it in from 35 yards. Caleb Green over that left side. He got a block, but he made a nice cut, and he made a couple players miss. He got in the open field, Steve. He outran the defenders, and Culpeper's got to be feeling really good about things right now, up 20-7. They go for 2. Riley Vineyard again. He gets hit in the backfield. He's not going to make it this time because Spotsylvania closed pretty quickly. Making the initial hit there for Spotsylvania was Walker Mills.
Raleigh's hurt.
And Raleigh Vineyard is looks like he's writhing in pain.
Yeah, they twisted that leg when he tried to get down, and I hope it's not serious. But he does not look comfortable. Yeah,
So he's up on his feet. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
2-point try fails. Our score remains 20-7 in favor of the Blue Devils with 5:10 to play here in the second quarter. Well, this broadcast is brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371.
See, I wouldn't have gone for 2 there. I would have kicked the extra point.
You would not have gone for 2?
Would not have gone for 2 because they kind of knew it was going to go to Vineyard, and he's walking, but they're looking at his knee. Maybe he just got banged on, but he's too valuable for him to go down. That would hurt the Blue Devils tremendously. I'd be getting some ice on it, though, if I was a trainer.
Well, he certainly has been a mainstay on this Blue Devil football team, Steve. Number 34, tough Riley Vineyard. And he is a senior. Saul Acevedo has teed it up. Well, he kicked short again. They've had some success with that.
You know, because it's a live ball. Once it goes 10 yards, it's a live ball. And I'm impressed with the Blue Devil offense and the defense here in the second quarter.
20-7. And here is Acevedo's kick. Again, they keep it short. This one's going to be fielded. Fair catch. Called for and made by Braylon Puller.
Well, you know, I know Acevedo can kick it deeper than that. I know they're trying to pooch kick it there, keep it away from their speedster. But again, you know, you got to look at field position too. Now you missed that 2-point conversion. You're up 20-7. You know, and that's what, 2 scores and an extra point puts them ahead. Would put Spotsylvania ahead.
All right, Spotsylvania offense starting this drive from its own 33.
And Vineyard's back there at the linebacker. You'd have to take a freight train and pull him out of there.
Yeah, you'd have a hard time getting him out of the lineup, wouldn't you? All right, here's a running back. Braylon Puller. They stop him after a short gain. Several Blue Devil players converge to make the tackle, including Tyler McKnight, number 8, Riley Vineyard. Of course, he's really got a nose for the football. I know it's a cliche, Steve, that people have been using that for so long, but there are players like that with that, you know, a sort of extra sense, you know, where they have a real nose for the football, right where he needs to be.
Yeah, exactly. I know college recruiters wish he had about 4 more inches in height on him. But
all right, now here is 2nd down and 9.
But you can't measure heart.
No, back to the run they go, and no gain on the play as the ball carrier, Braylon Puller, was immediately stood up and pushed back after no gain, and so the Blue Devils converged there. And they had some help that time from several players.
63, Acevedo was in on that.
Yeah, he certainly was. You may just say that. Making some substitutions as Jossie Shiflett checks back into the game. Here is 3rd down and 8.
Big 3rd down play here for the defense.
Got a whistle and stoppage. I think we're going to have a timeout. Culpeper calls a timeout. Good time to call one, Steve. You got 3:52 to play here in the second quarter. Your team's up 20-7, and your defense has now put Spotsylvania in a 3rd and 8 situation. So an opportunity again for this defense, Steve, if they can get the stop and give the ball back to their teammates. And they've really put some pressure on Spotsylvania the last few minutes.
That's true, but also the coach, Sherry's in there telling them too, look, we don't want to give Spotsylvania any momentum going into the half because, see, Spotsylvania gets the ball to start the second half.
Right.
So they want to, you know, keep the hammer down, keep pushing them. Let's make a good 3rd down stop right here. Force them either to kick it on, punt on 4th down, or try to go for 4th and long. But just keep everybody in front of you and make your reads and just react to the football.
All right. So after the timeout, Spotsylvania faces a 3rd and 8 from its own 36-yard line. 3:52 to play here in the second quarter. Here comes the pressure by Vineyard. He's going for the quarterback. Quarterback finds that receiver, Hudson Callahan, out of the backfield. Callahan in the open field gets down to the Blue Devil 40-yard line. And what did you say, Steve, about giving up the big play? They just got one.
That's what they took advantage of Culpeper blitz, and it looked like Leonard was going, but the quarterback saw him and saw the open back sitting out there in the flat. And look at what happened here, big play.
Hudson Callahan down to the Culpeper 40. New set of downs for Spotsylvania. Back to the run they go, straight ahead. Making a cut, he's in the open field and then tackled by Caleb Green was the running back, Braylon Puller. Another big gain back-to-back by Spotsylvania.
Yeah, they're running a hurry-up offense, too, and the defense has got to realize that.
12-yard pickup, first down. Now from the Blue Devil 28 goes Spotsylvania. Back to the run they go. And this is Braylon Puller. They stack him up near the 20. Another nice pickup. So 3 consecutive plays where they're picking up chunks of yardage now in Spotsylvania's offense.
Yeah, they're trying to go up-tempo and try to get the defensive tempo off balance for Culpeper.
Braylon Aguilar back there. Aguilar gets the call. Aguilar tackled. Good solo tackle made by
16.
Okay. That's Brendan Stover. Thank you, Steve.
See, they want the clock to run.
Yeah, lost a yard on the play, moves it back to the 21. Clock running, 2:40 and counting here, second quarter. 20-7 our score. Blue Devils on top of the Knights here at Broman Field. As the clock runs, 2:30 and counting. Quarterback Braden Hodges in the gun. Looks right, now looks left and throws. Throws it in traffic, nearly picked off by Culpeper's number 21, Savion Milam.
Yeah, but he was looking downfield before he got the ball. Watch right here. He's got good coverage. He sees it, and he's playing him. And then he sees her here. Watch. And he's trying to look. He's trying to sneak a peek.
Yeah, well, he was in good position, and he knows it. Look at that reaction. Yeah. He might be seeing touchdown Blue Devils right about now.
He could have. He thought he was.
So there was a penalty on the play that I didn't see, Steve, and the Blue Devils decline. It brings up a fourth down.
Right, because now you're forced Spotsylvania. You're going to try for a field goal, or you're going to try to see. They got to get it in. They got to get 4 yards on 4th and 4.
Yeah, to keep it going. That's right.
Big defensive stand right here. Blue Devils are going to need one.
From about the 20. Whistle, timeout taken. Culpeper, their second. Good timeout to call. It's an important play for your defense, Steve. The Blue Devils have been playing well, but in this sequence, Spotsylvania, which started on its own 33-yard line, had some big plays that moved the ball down the field rather quickly. And although Culpeper has stiffened the last couple of downs, and now Spotsylvania looks at a 4th down and 4. So a good time to call a timeout, because if your defense gets a stop here, you're going to probably enjoy a 13-point halftime lead.
Right, and I think that's what Coach Sherry's trying to tell his defense right now. You got to make sure we find the football, tackle, don't try to reach out an arm. You got to wrap them up and try to keep them from getting 4 yards. They're probably going to look like, to me, they're going to go like play action. Try to hit the either number 4 or number 1, because they're going to look like they're going to go into the end zone. They'll stop and do a comeback.
All right, Braden Hodges in the gun. Here comes pressure. Riley Vineyard jump. That might cost the Blue Devils 5, and if so, that's going to be a first down for Spotsylvania.
That is not the play the Blue Devils wanted, and Riley knows it.
Yeah, he
slapped
his helmet with his hands. Yeah.
He was trying to time the blitz.
Well, he had that quarterback in his sights, didn't he?
Yes, he sure did.
But he was out of the gate too quickly. And now the Knights have a first down at the Blue Devils' 15-yard line. And with 2:22 to play.
There was a cost you in the red zone.
Puller in the backfield with the quarterback. They give it to Puller. And the Blue Devils stack him up after a short gain. A couple of players, Riley Vineyard and I think number 8, Tyler McKnight, combined for the tackle. Now from the 9, let's see, make that from the 14. He picked up 1. 2nd and 9.
Clock running.
Yep. 150 and counting. Hodges, the quarterback. Puller on his left. They fake it to Puller. Hodges keeps it, and they're going to stack him up for no gain on the play. Let's check the tackler there. It's number 6, Jossie Shiflett. He's got a touchdown catch here tonight.
Yeah, he does.
Big play by Shiflett on defense. And ball now at the 15. He lost a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Big play here. 2 big plays.
So the Blue Devil defense again forcing Spotsylvania to look at a 3rd and long. So we play discipline. Here's Hodges throwing for the end zone, going up for it. This one incomplete. Excellent coverage out there. Colton Green defending.
Colton, number 7. That's
on the play. The Hudson Callahan was the intended receiver.
That's Caleb Green's younger brother. He made a good play right there. Now.
Yeah, this is where we were a few minutes ago, Steve. Didn't we have like a 4th and 9? No, it was a 4th and 4. It was a 4th and 4, a Culpeper jump. Now they are going to line up to go for the field goal.
Yeah, they need the points. That's why they like to do this.
I think it's going to be a 32-yarder, going to be attempted by Damian Mitri, and the holder is Tyler Livingston. And here's a whistle.
Yep, Culpeper jumped off sides. Looked like it was going to be Richard Cannon.
It is offside, Steve. Now, if that costs the Blue Devils 5 yards, it pushes it to the 5, and then it makes it a 4th and 4 rather than a 4th and 9. So now Spotsylvania can rethink it.
Yep.
So they do rethink, and now they're going to go for it here on 4th and 4. Never mind the field goal attempt. They're going to go for it here on 4th and 4. Quarterback Braden Hodges, number 12, empty backfield. Here comes Vineyard again, and we got a whistle. They may have jumped once more.
No, let's see.
Yeah, there it is. It's offsides against Culpeper. It gives them a 1st down.
Yep, they're doing that hard count.
Now, they've done that twice in this sequence to give Spotsylvania a 1st down.
3 of them, right? You know, you're giving them 15 yards. They've had 2 offsides, and this is the 3rd one.
So now Spotsylvania has 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
And it
didn't have to be that way.
We had them at 4th down twice.
All right.
This is what kills football teams.
Now this is Colton Jones now taking over as a quarterback. Callahan in motion. Colton Jones is going to keep it. He gets away from the 1st defender, and the 2nd one, they wrestle him down at about the 1-yard line. That's Mason Elkins making the tackle for Culpeper.
See.
All right, down at the 1, Steve. The Spotsylvania looking now at 2nd and goal from that spot. Substitutions coming in. Big Markel Reed, number 77, checks in for the Blue Devils. And Spotsylvania goes with this formation with Colton Jones. Ball gets away from him. Colton Jones picks it up, gets away from the 1st defender. Here comes some more pressure, and they're going to tackle him. And then making the stop was Mason Elkins once more. Here's the replay.
Yep. It's a
bad snap right on the ground. He had no chance.
No.
He does pick it up. He gets away from that 1st defender and makes a little something out of this.
But Mason Elkins saves the day with a great tackle.
Yeah, I liked Elkins' closing speed on that play, don't you?
Yep.
So let's check the spot. We must have a timeout taken on the field. When we come back after that, we'll be able to pick up where they're going to. Okay, they're going to mark it down now. It looks like at the 8. So he lost 7 yards when it was all said and done. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal now from the 8. Well, you know, this broadcast brought to you in part by UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. And, of course, we mentioned our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Well, you see the score there. Blue Devils 20, Spotsylvania 7. And we have, 13.4 seconds showing, Steve, on the scoreboard clock. And after this Blue Devil timeout, the Knights come back onto the field. After that loss of yardage on second down. Now faces a 3rd down and 7. A 3rd and goal from the 7.
Yeah, this is, and I can't stress the importance of play within yourself. Culpeper needs, watch the football. Don't try to get cute and try to force them to jump. You want to play sound defensive football right here.
All right. Here we go with that full house backfield. Quarterback under pressure. Throw over the end zone. He had a receiver. Incomplete. That was intended for Ethan Sinclair. Steve, he had a step on the defender. The quarterback just did not get the ball to him in the right spot.
He did. Now it's 4th down. 8.6 seconds to go, Mark.
All right,
what do you dial up here if you're Blue Devil defense?
Well, I'm thinking more about the Spotsylvania offense. Do you want to score here before the half and make it 20-10 on a field goal, or are you going to go for it here on 4th and 7 or 4th and 8?
We'll see what they're doing because Spotsylvania's going to take a timeout and discuss it.
Yeah, I think they should. I think this is a decision to make because, I mean, if you go for it, you got to get 7 or 8 yards to punch it in. Or you can go for the field goal. I mean, they were lined up to do that previously from 32 yards out, but the offsides penalty against Culpeper took that away.
Yep.
Took that option off the table. They no longer needed it. So Culpeper jumped, I think, 3 times offsides. It really hurt them. Otherwise, they were playing really well on defense.
Well, they might get out here unscathed here if they can just force this, either a bad field goal or if they decide to go for it and keep.
Some of these other players whose names and numbers we haven't called. Number 57, Garrett Reingruber is in there for the Blue Devils, Steve.
All right.
Didn't mention his name yet.
Looks like he's a big
32,
kid.
Caleb Jenkins is in the lineup. We are going to go for the field goal here from 15. This will be a 25-yard field goal attempt.
Watch the fake.
Yeah, could very well. The snap, the hold, they get it down. Kick is up. Kick is good from 25 yards out. Damian Mitri connects to cut into that Blue Devil lead. It's now 20-10 with, can you see the clock? Is it 6.1 seconds?
6.1.
6 seconds.
And Spotsylvania will get the ball to start the second half.
Well, I think if you're the Blue Devils, all right, take away those offsides miscues because that hurt them. But they did deny Spotsylvania 6.
Yeah, they did. You're right. You're right there.
I mean, Spotsylvania was easily within field goal range, so the idea for Culpeper was to keep them out of the end zone.
And they did.
So, well, we mentioned crosstown rival. Eastern View in action tonight at Maury Stadium, taking on the Yellow Jackets of James Monroe.
We don't have a score yet, but we'll work on it during half.
Well, has any of your friends given you an update on that UVA Florida State game?
14-0, second quarter, right?
Is that right? Wow.
Virginia.
Well, the home standing fans got to be happy about that one.
It'd be a big win for UVA if they can win it, and it'd be a big win here if Culpeper can pull this one out.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about, I don't know how good Massaponax is, but I mean, they're
not that good. I mean, they were winless until last week.
But they're still a 6A team, aren't they?
5A.
Oh, they're 5? Okay.
Yep.
So Spotsylvania picked up some good playoff power points by defeating Massaponax back on September 5. Last week they were in action and lost to Brook Point 20-19. All right, here's the kick by Mitri. Keeps it on the ground. This one's going to be picked up just inside the 10-yard line. And on the return here is number 14 for Culpeper. Keyshawn Tyler gets out to the 20. But that's how the first half is going to end. With our score, Culpeper 20, Spotsylvania 10. Enjoy the intermission and the halftime show. We'll come back for the third quarter kickoff. Stay tuned. You're watching Blue Devils football on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is made possible by the generosity of the following sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found & Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF. This broadcast is made possible by the generosity of the following sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.
Here at Broman Field, I'm Mark O'Connell alongside Steve Peacock. Nick Morris behind the camera tonight for us. If you missed the first half, you missed an entertaining one. 20-10 our score here at the intermission. And Spotsylvania will be receiving the second half kickoff when we resume action on the field. Well, let's break it down and see how these scores came about. Culpeper had the opening possession. Steve, they used about 5 minutes of the clock, and they moved it down when they had 4th and 9. They had the pick interception by Jaden Young. They returned back. Spotsylvania went on offense for the first time, went 10 plays, 73 yards, capped by a 3-yard TD run by Colton Jones. Damon Mitri, the point after. Spotsylvania led 7-0. But Culpeper came back strong after that. What was the difference there from your estimation of even though Culpeper was down, they came back strong and took the lead and actually had a 13-point lead till late in that second quarter?
Well, I thought, Spotsylvania scored first, and they know this is their, this team has got senior leadership, the Blue Devils, that 7-0 wasn't going to be that major of a score to overcome. And basically they got more aggressive, got a little bit more creative with the offensive play calling, and just played basically sound football.
Well,
except for at the end.
Yeah, and so in the second quarter, Culpeper scored its first touchdown. The 47-yard pass from Riley Lentz to Jossie Shiflett was big. And then they went for the 2-point conversion. Riley Vineyard got it, made it 8-7. But then on the on the kickoff, Spotsylvania fumbled, and Culpeper recovered it. And another pass play for touchdown. Riley Lentz to Mason Elkins. Point after failed. It was 14-7. Spotsylvania took over. They picked up a couple of first downs, but only to see their their possession turnover on downs back to Culpeper. Culpeper took over. Caleb Green, that long touchdown run and the 2-point try failed. But so you had 2 passing touchdowns, and you had 1 rushing touchdown by Caleb Green. Spotsylvania got the ball back. It was kind of funny, Steve, the way that last drive played out, because Culpeper's defense had them.
They had them 3 times.
Yeah.
In 4th down situations, and they jump off sides.
Yeah, and so the good news there for Culpeper is they did keep Spotsylvania out of the end zone. Damon Mitri did convert on a 25-yard field goal to bring us up to date 20-10. So here at the intermission, if you were both coaches, let's start with Spotsylvania. What did you see out of them, Steve, that you liked, and what do you think they need to work on here in the second half? Well,
their turnovers, that's what caused basically them to, lose that second quarter to the Blue Devils. Basically, they're going to try to come out. They've found, I think, an offensive identity where they can throw the football. They think they can throw it on the Blue Devil defense. And what the Blue Devils on defense have to do, they've got to be able to make sure if that quarterback audibles into a man coverage and Culpeper's showing man, then that's when Culpeper should auto and play a cover 2 and have a safety back. But from the defense, I like how they got aggressive on the defensive line and Riley Vineyard.
I mean, what can you say about him? I mean, he was a force in there and just kept pounding away. But at the end, there was just some discipline issues on those offsides. I know what they're trying to do, but they Spotsylvania let their over-aggressiveness get to them. And that's what happened.
Good recap. All right.
Yeah.
Saul
Acevedo in for the Blue
Acevedo is
Devils.
on to kick off the Blue Devils to start
For
this
the
third
opening.
quarter.
Kick of the second half.
And here is Acevedo's kick. He's kept them short. And this one is a live ball.
It's a live ball.
And let's see who's got
There's
it.
a scrum for it.
Let's see, this happened earlier in the game where Culpeper kicked off and they bobbled it. Culpeper recovered it. Almost did the same thing there, but it looked like Spotsylvania's Damian Haas
Blue Devils player on the
recovered
field.
for Spotsylvania. We got an injured Blue Devil on the field. It looks like
Number 21.
21, that's Savion Milam.
Yeah, the only problem with those pile-ups, though, is the guy in the bottom
Yeah.
can get pancaked and then stepped on and piled on, and that looks like something like that happened. He's grabbing his leg.
You're looking at the Blue Devil defense there, taking a knee as they wait for the injured Spotsylvania player to be attended to and check his status. As we're updating you, we had some scores come in, courtesy of our friends. I think it was Eastern View and James Monroe tied up at the half, 7-all. I don't know if you have an update on that UVA Florida State game.
14-14 at half. Well, I found out.
Number 21, Savion Milam.
Savion Milam was the injured Blue Devil player. He is on his feet now, and walking on his own for the most part there. Looks like he's going to be okay.
Supporters is coming off the field.
So he just got piled on.
Hope to see him back out there. Hope he's okay.
Big guy.
All right, as we get underway, Spotsylvania will have it. First and 10. Blue Devils lead by a score of 20-10. Here to start the third quarter.
Dial up on defense.
All right.
See if they can keep him to a 3 and out.
All right, Spotsylvania starts this third quarter on offense and from its own 35-yard line. Man in motion is Puller. And they're going to swing it to Colton Jones out of the backfield. Jones in the open field, made a couple players miss, spins his way forward, and finally tackled him at the 49-yard line.
Pass complete to number 1.
This Colton Jones just picked up 14 yards and a Spotsylvania first down.
He should have only gained about 4 yards. I can count like 4 players just try to arm tackle him and not wrap him up. And that's what's cost you. You got to put a hat on somebody and use your arms and take them down.
Some personnel changes here.
Deliver the big blow.
Changing positions, rather. Top of your screen, Hudson Callahan. Spotsylvania, 2 receivers near side. There's a little play action for the quarterback. He's got time over the middle. This one incomplete, intended for Aiden Booth.
For number 3.
So Hodges' pass is incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 from the 48.
Colton Green and Ricky Cannon there.
So what I would be doing if I was Culpeper defense, bringing in fresh guys on that D-line, and I'd be trying to put pressure on that quarterback.
And that quarterback is Braden Hodges, a senior. And he's got Braylon Puller in the backfield. And a 4-receiver set, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Opening minute of this third quarter, you can see the score, 20-10. Here's Hodges. Looking downfield, he's got a receiver caught at the 40. Caleb Green makes a tackle of Colton Jones. They'll be enough for another Spotsylvania first down. But Steve, they're coming out throwing here in this third quarter.
Right, I expected them to do that, but we only got a 3-man rush on them. So that means we're really trying to protect against the pass.
But
we're doing a good job of it right now. We're letting them get yards after the catch. And that's what that 3-man. If that 3-man rush cannot put pressure on that quarterback, all they're going to do is throw these little screen and swing out passes, and they got big yardage.
Well, 42, play action. Hodges throws. Got a receiver out there caught, and the penalty flag comes into this play. He caught it at the 35. Let's check the ball.
Penalty flag at the 35-yard line.
All right, as they mark this one off, we'll tell you that localsportshistory.com, ineligible player downfield, right, Steve?
Yep.
LocalSportsHistory.com is the community sports site that you are building organically. Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at LocalSportsHistory.com. 10:39 to play here in the second quarter. That penalty against Spotsylvania moves the ball back to the Culpeper 47. At the ineligible, here's third down. Three-man front, as you pointed out, Steve, for Culpeper.
Three linebackers.
Certainly expecting pass here on third down and about 6. All right, here's Hodges. He's going to throw near side. This one incomplete. Intended for Jaden Young.
Comes from our dude.
16 for Culpeper was defending on that play, Mark. That was Brandon Stover.
Yep.
Right around
I thought he had it.
I did too. It was like Spotsylvania dodged one there. And that'll be fourth
That
down
brings out the punt team
and
back
6.
deep for the Blue Devils.
Let's
Number
see
3,
who's going to
Caleb
punt this one
Green.
away. Tyler Livingston is the punter.
Watch out for the fake here. And watch the jump.
Yeah, Livingston standing just inside his 40-yard line. Here's this kick from the 42. The high one. This one's going to be fielded at the 10 by Caleb Green.
Gets it right side, forced out of bounds.
All right, so Caleb Green on the return, forced out of bounds at about the 25, it looks like.
And the Blue Devils
Well, he may have stepped up
forced an
earlier
early
than
punt
that.
by the Knights. They'll have it.
All right,
First
so
down,
with the
Culpeper.
punt, Culpeper goes on offense for the first time here in the third.
And now you want Culpeper to do a play controlled drive. You want to mix it a little bit up with the run and the pass, but keep the chains moving and keep Spotsylvania off the field.
Okay, so Culpeper, less than average field position here, going to take over at zone 18. 10:24 to go here in the third. Clock stop. Change of possession. Yeah, and let's see what Culpeper brings to the table here in the third. Keyshawn Tyler, receiver there, number 14, is in the lineup. Wiley Lentz throwing a couple touchdown passes tonight.
It's a delay here.
Yep.
See, these
Officials
are
conferring.
they just take so long.
Mm-hmm.
What is the problem?
Well, they're giving away these floats, Steve.
Yep, I guess.
Would you like a big O? It's a big O. Isn't
That's a
it?
big O. A big donut. I still haven't figured out what they're doing here on the field.
Yeah, this is quite a delay. I don't know what the officials are talking about. Culpeper was supposed to have it first and 10 of its own 18-yard line.
I don't know what they're talking about.
They're going to move it over to the
Other hash?
other hash mark for whatever reason. We do not know.
And they took that long to determine that?
All right, after some discussion there on the field, Blue Devils have it. First and 10.
All right. Well, after all that, we'll start on the other hash mark from the 18-yard line. Lentz hands off Caleb Green. Here comes Green
Caleb
to the
Green
outside.
comes
20,
to the near sideline.
25. Forced out of bounds
Cuts it up
just
the field.
inside the 30-yard line. It's a pickup
First
about
down
12
for
yards
Blue
and a
Devils.
first down.
First
Picked
down,
up
the run by
about
Caleb
9
Green, and he
yards.
followed his blockers and got north-south. That's what you got to do against this Knight defense. They love to string you out, but if you can turn the corner and get your shoulder pads pointed downhill, you're going to come up with some big yards.
Well, to the tune of 9 that time, and brings up a second and short. 2nd and 1. Clock running. Actually, it stopped at 10:15 to play in the third. There's a 2nd and 1 for the Blue Devils. They snap it to Vineyard. He comes to the outside. Vineyard lowers
on
his shoulder.
second and short.
And
Bounces
he
it
needed
to
a
the left
yard. I think
side.
he got that. Looks like they're going to mark it down at about the 29. So it'll be 1st and 10 Blue Devils from that spot. Well, this broadcast
And that's
brought
good
to you
for
in
another
part
Blue
by
Devils.
Battlefield
First
Automotive,
down.
featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673. So 1st and 10 now, Blue Devils from their own 29-yard line. Just under 10 minutes to play here in the third. You can see the score, 20-10 in favor of Culpeper. That was our score at the intermission. This run to the 31-yard pickup only by number 9,
Soderholm
Grant
keeps it to his left
Soderholm.
side, picks up
His
a couple
second
yards
carry
on
of the
play.
night.
Yeah, see, the Blue Devils are, I like them, making a run, but you got it, using run plays, but now you don't want to put yourself in third and long situations here.
Yeah, and it's second down and 9. So on second down, you want to pick up 4 or 5 yards to give yourself a manageable third, right?
Yep.
All right, here on second and 9 for the Blue Devils from their own 30-yard line. Lentz, short pass, caught. Nicely done. I think that was Mason. No, it was number 6, Jossie Shiflett. And he had a defender, great call over Steve. Hudson Callahan picked up the first down catch.
Yep, it's a good play. Slant pass, right over, very easy.
He threw it behind Shiflett, didn't he?
Yeah, but he threw it behind him. But that's glad he did, or it would have been intercepted.
Yeah. Funny how that works out. Callahan defending and making the tackle. And he picked up 10 yards. New set of downs for the Blue Devils. They have it now 1st and 10 at their own 40. Clock running, 8:47 to play. Third quarter action. Lentz is going to keep it. Lentz loses his footing and then dives forward back to the line of scrimmage. And that's about it.
Yeah, he lost his footing on that one. He wanted to turn it upfield, but Spotsylvania defense was closing fast.
Yeah, actually he lost 2 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 11 from the 39.
And that offensive line's been doing a decent job so far tonight for the Blue Devils. Led by Acevedo and Garrett Reingruber.
Reingruber?
Yep.
Yeah, Garrett Reingruber. All right, 2nd and 11. Here's the snap to Riley Vineyard. He charges through there, pirating his way in the open field. It's a foot race. They try to strip him, breaks the tackle. He's in from 61 yards out.
Touchdown, Blue Devils. Look at this run. He just outruns. I mean, he's got those wheels moving. He just outruns a Pennsylvania defender. You're not going to bring him down like that from the back.
Well, he broke the tackle there at the end. The guy caught up. Well, how about him bursting through there, Steve, with such power, and then there was no one there?
Yeah, because Spotsylvania's committing everybody up front in the box. And once you got that second level, which Vineyard did, boom.
Boom. Now, Acevedo on for the point after. Unofficially a 61-yard run by Riley Vineyard for a touchdown. Here's Acevedo's kick. I think this one's up and good. So 27-10. Blue Devils, 7:55 to play. That was fun to watch Vineyard burst through that line of scrimmage, Steve.
Sure was. I mean,
and as you pointed out, I mean, really, there wasn't one. Once he got into the field, there wasn't one player that had a chance to tackle him.
Yeah, it was at number 5 for Spotsylvania, but you got to give the offense credit. They, completed that pass to Jossie Shiflett on a slant, that went, for big yards. Caleb Green had a big run for positive yards, and they did, they basically were mixing it up, and then boom, Riley Vineyard burst right up in the middle, and there was nobody there.
I like that play, that pass to Jossie Shiflett was key.
Yeah.
Where Lentz sort of faked the run and then threw it behind him. Shiflett caught it, but as you pointed out, had he not thrown it behind him, it might have been picked off. So 27-10, our score was 7:55 to play here in the third. This broadcast brought to you in part by Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. Well, I'm Mark O'Connell alongside Steve Peacock, and Nick Morris is the man up top behind the camera doing a good job for the Culpeper Media Network. Johnny Krawchuk with the night off. Johnny, I hope you're enjoying some time off with family or whatever you're doing. We're having a good time at Broman Field, Steve. I have to tell you, I didn't expect it to play out this way.
And everyone expected Spotsylvania this season to be good. I mean, very vastly improved.
Fair catch called for and taken at the 31-yard line by Spotsylvania's Landon Josephs.
And again, let me get back with Spotsylvania. They figured with a new coaching staff that was from King George, they'll bring in a winning attitude, which they have. And Vern Lunsford's overhauling the program. Probably his biggest Spotsylvania, I've never seen this many football players in Spotsylvania in at least 5 to 7 years. And they've always had trouble getting kids out, but not this season. And their fans travel well. They weren't expecting this. And Culpeper's got to keep the foot on their, on the accelerator here.
That's quite a different narrative than what they experienced back in the 80s and 90s, wasn't it?
Oh, God. Even in the 70s.
Here comes the pressure. They try to set up the screen. Puller got away from the first defender, got across the 35-yard line where he was tackled. Vineyard somehow came up with the football there at the end of the play, but it's not a turnover. He was down by contact.
Yeah, he was down by contact on that play. But, you want to get Spotsylvania in panic mode. You want them to make mistakes. Keep the pressure on. When you got an opponent down, you got to keep that foot on their neck. Don't let them up.
Second down and 4. Here's Hodges. He's got time. Whistle stops play. He was passing to the receiver Hudson Callahan, but we've got a penalty before the snap, and it's going to be a false start against Spotsylvania. And that'll cost them 5 yards and make it 2nd and 9.
They get back the 5 yards they gave up on that previous play.
They mark it off there, and the line of scrimmage now the 32. 2nd and 9 coming up. 7:16 clock stopped, at least for the moment.
See, I like what they're playing defense. You got Caleb Green as a deep safety, so you don't get burned with a big play.
3-man front. Here comes some pressure, though. Here's a short pass completed at the 30-yard line. Now in the open field, the ball is the receiver. He's got running room and picks up great yardage. He's pushed out of bounds by Caleb Green, and that was Freddie Smith. Here's Smith right here. He's in the open field, makes the cut, comes back this way. Culpeper territory, looking for more yardage. Caleb Green has him in his sights and pushes him out of bounds. Did they call a penalty flag on that?
Yeah, they called for a late hit. He was in the field of play.
And an injured Spotsylvania player being attended to here. And he's holding his right leg. Haven't been able to pick up his number.
Is that the one who caught the...
If it's number 9, it is. It was Freddie Smith on the reception. Short pass play, but they got Smith in space. And, wow, he's on the roster as just a freshman.
Well, the problem is with the defensive Culpeper was running right there was if you're only rushing 3, and you're dropping everybody back, well, you're making yourself susceptible to the screen pass. And Spotsylvania's now hit 2 big plays with that screen pass.
Well, Smith picked up 36 yards on that play. And they moved the ball down to the Culpeper 32.
Well, they're going to get 15 after that for the late hit.
There's your personal foul being assessed against Culpeper.
That was a bad call. Caleb Green touched him. He was still in bounds. And to throw that, it just, I don't know. I'm a loss of words for this one.
Marked it off 15 from the 32 to the 17. Now Spotsylvania, but now they're trailing by 17 points. And they're going to be thinking that they don't have any possessions to give up and not score points on.
Right, and so the Blue Devils play tough, bend but don't break.
And here's Hodges, the quarterback. He's going to throw. He's got a receiver out there. This one going to bring in a penalty because your defensive back had his back turned to the receiver. That was Savion Milan defending. I think they're going to hit him. Here's your replay.
Watch, he doesn't turn his head back. See, he's face guarding.
Yep.
You can't do that. That's interference. That is pass interference.
And
if he had looked back, he'd been fine.
Pass was intended for Hudson Callahan. All right, so they're going to mark it off from the line of scrimmage, right?
Yep.
10 yards.
15. Some pass interference. They're half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, because the line of scrimmage was the 17.
So they'll mark it off 7.5 yards.
All right, here comes the mark off.
Yep.
Down to the 7.
Penalty against the Blue Devils. Pass interference called.
Well, that'll be 1st and goal now for Spotsylvania from the 7-yard line. And they put Colton Jones back there as the quarterback. And every time he's back there, he runs with the ball. And he does the same thing here. Here's Colton Jones going straight ahead. And he got down to about the 2 or 3, depending on the spot. Let's see where they mark it down. It's call it the 3. Here's our no huddle. Blue Devils are going to have to hustle. They're going to be all sides. Big Markel Reed, number 77, checks back into the game. he's over the nose of the football, and this is going to be probably a legal procedure against Spotsylvania.
It's going against Spotsylvania, I think. Yep.
There it is. False start. Push him back.
And so defensively here for
That was the
Culpeper,
first down run
you
on that
want
last
to
play, which made it
stay
first and goal
aggressive.
from the 2.
You know they're going to try to go 4 downs to get inside, get in the end zone. Just play your brand defensive football and just make sure you make a tackle, you get a hat on somebody. And watch out for the fakes.
And Colton Jones, number 1, stays in the game back there as the quarterback. They snap it to him. He rolls to his left. Here comes some pressure. Now he's going to throw to the end zone, going up for it, and it's caught, but he's out of bounds. Out of the end zone, no good.
Yeah, that would have been no good.
And that was hauled in by.
Watch this.
Let's check the receiver there, Steve. Throwing into the end zone, going up for it, making the catch, but out of bounds was what?
Number three.
Okay, Aiden Booth. All right. So now we'll have second down coming up from the second and goal from the 7.
And still keep the pressure up. See if the
And Colton Jones stays in the game. He's got Cameron Puller back there to block. That's Callahan in motion. All right, there he goes. Colton Jones. He's being wrestled down at about the 5. Raleigh Vineyard, and coming over number 20. Also Richard Cannon combined for the tackle. Ball now at the 5-yard line.
Yep, third down too.
So third and goal now. Spotsylvania from the 5-yard line. Clock ticking just under 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter. You can see the score. Culpeper County 27, Spotsylvania 10. Colton Jones remains in the backfield. He's got big Cameron Puller back there with him. And again, that's Callahan in motion. They fake it. Jones is going to keep it. Jones straight ahead. He gets down to about the 1. Tried to find that end zone was just a little bit short.
Now it's fourth down. See, now I would put everybody I could in the box, but make sure you have someone defending the wide receiver out wide.
All right, so fourth and goal from the 1. We'll check some of the personnel. Braden Aguilar, number 11, is checked in. Quarterback Braden Hodges is back in the lineup under center. Timmy Sullivan, the fullback, gives him a push, and it looks like Hodges is in from 1 yard out. Have you seen the yeah, it is. So it's touchdown Spotsylvania with 5:04 to play in the third quarter. They cut into that Blue Devil lead. It's 27-16 with 5:04 to play. And let's see if Spotsylvania will go for 2 or line up for the point after.
If they go for 2, that puts them in.
It'd be down by 9.
Still a 2-possession game.
Well, they're going to go for the point after here.
Yeah.
And that'll be Damian Mitri. Will kick this one. Livingston, the holder. Kick is up, and it does clear that. But we got a whistle.
We're going to be offsides against Culpeper. Now they're going to half distance the goal. Now you're going to give them the 2 points, basically.
Or you're going to give them the chance to think, you know what, we got it down at the 1 yard line. Do we punch it in from 2, or still go for the point after?
And I mean, that would drive coaches nuts, on that. It's an extra point. I know you want to try to block it.
Ooh, that was offsides on that play.
All right, moves it half the distance to the 1. There he is. Puts it down right at the 1 yard line.
Half the distance to the goal.
So, but that doesn't change things here for Spotsylvania.
Inside the extra point.
Just makes it a little bit closer for a yard closer for Damian Mitri. And again, the holder, Tyler Livingston. High snap. He gets it down. Kick is up and good. All right. 27-17 with 5:04 to play in the third. Spotsylvania.
Now what you ask Culpeper, your offense to do, put together another drive just like you did, and keep Spotsylvania off the field. But Spotsylvania has found something to attack the Blue Devil defense, and that is when the Blue Devils are playing pass protection and they're only rushing 3, they're really leaving wide open holes for screen passes and little curl outs, and little, swing passes. And they're getting like 8, 9 yards a clip. So they've got to, go back and tighten that up. I would go back to putting 4 up on the line and, let your secondary and your linebackers make plays.
All right. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371. And UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVAcreditunion.org. All right, Damon Mitri will tee it up for Spotsylvania. The Knights have cut into that Blue Devil lead. Culpeper now with a 10-point advantage, up 27-17 with 5:04 to play in the third. So still anyone's ball game, Steve. I like what you're talking about. Culpeper, though, getting the ball back and putting together sort of a methodical ball control type drive.
Yep, because you want to make the clock your friend.
All right, here's the kick. This one going to be into the end zone for the touchback. Well, it looked like Caleb. Was it Caleb Green? Yeah, he was trying to get it under it, but the ball got away from him and into the end zone for the touchback. Actually, that's number 7, Steve.
7.
That's Colton Green.
Colton Green. That's his brother.
All right, so Culpeper back on offense. We'll start at its own 20.
See what I said, Culpeper? Play to win, not play to lose. That's the biggest mistakes I see teams do, is once they get a lead up, they play not to lose, and they lose all sense of their identity, what got them in the lead in the first place.
That is very true. All right, Culpeper back on offense. Let's see how they respond to Spotsylvania's score. We're going to go with Riley Vineyard. Vineyard gets in there and makes a cut and tried it over the right side, and he picked up about 3 yards on the play. We'll bring up 2nd and 7.
He's trying to see if Spotsylvania puts everybody in the box, that's going to be, Lenses should be recognizing that, and then, throw quick out. Slant again. Culpeper's taking her time.
Here on 2nd down and 6 or 7. Lentz, he's going to keep it, I thought, and he faked me out. And it was Caleb Green on the run to the 25. Picked up 2. It's going to bring up 3rd down, about 5.
I thought Lentz kept it too.
Yeah.
I said, boy, he's a magician on that football.
And nobody's trying to tackle him. Well, he didn't have the football, but.
Yep.
2-yard pickup. Here's 3rd down and 4.
You got to pick it up here because they aren't going to go for it in 4th this deep. I can tell you that.
No, you certainly wouldn't at this juncture. Here comes the pressure by Spotsylvania. They snap it to Vineyard. Vineyard going to be stopped short of a 1st down. He tried the right side, ran into some traffic. So now we do have a 4th down.
Or 2.
And the ball now at the 27.
Well, saying I was calling the punt team. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute.
Well, Saul Acevedo handles the punting for Culpeper.
Don't make any mistakes. Make sure you tackle somebody.
And he's going to be standing at about the 15-yard line.
Is that Acevedo? Punting?
Yeah. Oh, bad snap. Acevedo has to pick it up. Now he kicks it. It's going to go to bounds at about the 45-yard line, perhaps. Let's see where they mark it. 42. 40. Well, he's still walking it off. 45.
Well,
so
turn something bad into something.
Yeah, that was a really bad snap. Acevedo had to field it. So I thought he might even run with it there at first.
Well, I thought,
did you?
I thought it was snapped to an up back. But they didn't look it in.
So
Make sure.
Spotsylvania takes advantage of this, Steve. Short field to work with now. They're going to start on the Culpeper side of midfield at the Culpeper 46.
I see they're still rushing 3. They're playing 3.
Yep, 3-man front. Now here comes some pressure. Going to throw near side, and they've got the receiver who makes a man miss. That's Callahan, Hudson Callahan, and making the stop for Culpeper was Cameron Mardus at the.
Cameron Mardus with the tackle.
Let's check the spot.
And so
Here's
watch
a
what
replay here.
Spotsylvania's doing, Mark. They're just giving,
First down, Spotsylvania.
making plays where Culpeper's giving them. And when they rush that outside linebacker, well, that leaves that offensive player has no one on him. It's easy throw and picked up big yards.
Yeah, Callahan picked up 16 yards on that play and a first down for Spotsylvania. They now have it 1st and 10 at the Culpeper 30.
They've snuffed that out. Spotsylvania has, so Culpeper's got to rethink that.
Here's Hodges. Here comes the pressure. Hodges in trouble. He's tackled and a penalty flag comes in as, let's see, that was,
Penalty flag.
What is
the player's number there. Here's the pressure.
It's like 20.
No, it's Richard Cannon.
Now,
But what's the flag?
Is that a, I was going to say, was that a horse collar? No, it was holding.
They tackled him for, what, a 10-yard loss?
Yep.
Back to the 40.
Would they decline the penalty?
I can't tell. Let's see.
I picked it up.
Maybe they did. 10-yard sack on the play. Now from the 40. Here's Hodges. Plenty of time. Throws in the flats. Got a receiver. And that is Colton Jones making the first man miss. Then it's a race to the end zone. And it looks like he's going to be out of bounds at about the 1. Nope. Now he's saying he's in. So Colton Jones hauls it in. There he is.
There.
He makes that first player miss. He's headed to the end zone. Caleb Green gives chase, tackles him, but not until he had crossed that plane and actually touched that pylon. So touchdown, Colton Jones of Spotsylvania. And Steve, Spotsylvania's fought their way back into this one.
Yeah, they sure have. And it's all because Culpeper, to me, on defense, Spotsylvania was taking advantage of the defense Culpeper was playing.
Damon Mitri on for the point after. Make it a 3-point game. And Mitri's kick is up and good. Our score, 27-24 now. Culpeper clinging to a 3-point lead right now. The difference is
Spotsylvania scored. I mean, they were up.
Well, it was 20-10 at the intermission. And it's 27-24 now. So
We did go up
14-7 difference in the third quarter. Spotsylvania's outscored Culpeper 14-7 in this third quarter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 27-24. Like I say, we started third quarter. It was Culpeper 20, Spotsylvania 10. So, a minute 38 to play in the third. Obviously, anyone's game.
Yeah, it is now, because Culpeper now is going to have to regroup a little bit on offense and go back and attack, and try to get another score here. Because right now the momentum belongs all with Spotsylvania.
Well, our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. All right, Damon Mitri will kick off for Spotsylvania. The Knights have pulled to within 3 here late in the third quarter. Short kick fielded at the 22-yard line. Well, the up back for Culpeper, Grant Soderholm, isn't it?
Yep.
Is it number 9?
Mm-hmm.
Grant Soderholm.
Yep, Grant Soderholm. He's had 2 carries tonight. Now he returns the kickoff. And Culpeper will have good field position as the Blue Devils will attempt to answer Spotsylvania's most recent score. Again, Spotsylvania's cut into this Blue Devil lead. Culpeper up only by 3 points now. We are late in the third quarter with 1:32 remaining.
Yeah, let's see what the Culpeper can score here on this end of getting down to the minute 32 in the third quarter.
Blue Devils with good field position to start this possession. We'll start it at their own 38. And this is Vineyard looking for some running room, and he won't find any as Timmy
Riley
Sullivan
with the carry.
makes the tackle for Spotsylvania.
Yeah, I think Culpeper's going to have to start throwing the ball. They're keen on Vineyard. They're saying Vineyard's not going to beat us again with a big run. So they're stacking the box, and so your offensive coordinator needs to see that and say, hey, look, we got to make them pay for playing that, put that many in the box. And what do? You throw out patterns, screen patterns, skinny post with a tight end. Line Green up as a tight end. Have him delay block and right down the middle of the post. He's wide open.
1 yard loss on first down, brings up 2nd and 11. All right, here's Riley Lentz. He's got time, he's throwing, got a receiver, wide open. And into Spotsylvania territory is number 5, Mason Elkins. Let's look at this one again, Steve.
They did exactly what I told them they should do. Look, they made him pay because they're stacked on the box. And there, boom.
Elkins wide open, and then the yards after catch got down to the Spotsylvania 34.
See, now you're driving. Or as they say, now you're cooking with grease.
Cooking with grease or cooking with gas? You might be burning with grease, right?
Cooking with butter.
Whatever it takes. Here's a snap to Vineyard. Again, up the middle. Finds it going kind of rough there because Spotsylvania, the host of players waiting on him.
Yeah, they're watching 34. So go back to that spin offense, again, and use Riley as a decoy and drop back, do that spin, but then drop back and hit either Elkins or Caleb Green on out.
No, Steve, that's the end of the third quarter. Our score, Culpeper 27, Spotsylvania 24. We'll take a quick break and come back for the fourth.
This broadcast is made possible by the generosity of the following sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members. And the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.
All right, welcome back to our broadcast. As we start the fourth quarter, Caleb Green gets the carry on 2nd and 10 for the Blue Devils. The line of scrimmage was the Spotsy 35. So as we start this fourth quarter, the Blue Devils in great field position now, and they have a 3-point lead they'd like to extend. And we'll check the spot now and see that it's going to be 3rd down and 7, and the ball is at the 31.
It's paramount, I think, that they score here, not 3, 6, because then you take back the momentum away from Spotsylvania. And you got to give Spotsylvania credit. There's no quitting them.
That's true. Well, we mentioned first-year head coach Vern Lunsford coming over from King George. Here's Riley Vineyard, the ball carrier. There's a penalty flag down as well as they stack Vineyard up after a short gain.
Yeah, that's usually thrown in the area holding. See what the call is.
4th down for the Blue Devils.
There's Vineyard. All right, so it is 4th down.
They must have picked the flag up, or what is it?
And line of scrimmage to 30. And we've got 4th and 6 for Culpeper, and they're going to line up here. It looks like as they break huddle, they'll be going for it here on 4th down.
What happened to the flag? I guess it was a no flag. Might have been a blue.
Maybe they waved it off. Brendan Stover in the backfield now, Steve, as the ball is snapped to Riley Lentz. Now Lentz, short toss, he's picked off, and this is by Colton Jones, or Hudson Callahan rather. That's Callahan in the open field. Watch out. He could go the distance unless somebody can close awfully quickly. And I don't see anyone doing that. And
penalty flag behind
Hudson
the
Callahan is in the end
line.
zone. Let's check. Oh, there is a penalty flag down here.
Yeah.
This is going to come back.
This is going to come back.
This is second interception thrown.
Yeah, and he tried to force it in there. He tried to force it. You know, he had number 5 open, which was Mason Elkins, but he threw it too low and threw it right at the Spotsylvania defender.
Here comes the call. Hudson Callahan of Spotsylvania with the interception. It's a personal foul against Culpeper and against Spotsy.
Offsetting penalties. What do you do?
They just answered that, didn't they?
They gave him the touchdown.
So Hudson Callahan with unofficially a 60-yard pick 6. And now Spotsylvania goes on top 30-27. How about that for a turn of events?
Jeez. You got it. I mean, big turn of events. You can see the air go out of the Culpeper sideline right now. I mean, that again, that was a poorly thrown ball. We tried to force it in there, and then Spotsylvania made him pay.
Mitri on for the point after. Make it a 4-point game here if he connects. Dimitri's kick up and good. 31-27 Spotsylvania. 10:06 to play here in the fourth quarter. Well, localsportshistory.com is the community sports site that you are building organically. Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at localsportshistory.com. All right. Wow, what a game, Steve. Well,
it is.
It was our score at the half was Culpeper 20, Spotsylvania 10.
Yeah, then Culpeper goes up 27-10, and then all of a sudden the wheels are falling off.
Yeah, it was 27-10. They had that Raleigh Vineyard with the long run.
But
Spotsylvania came back with Colton Jones in the backfield running the football. He scored a couple touchdowns here in this half. And then the more recently, Hudson Callahan, that pick 6.
Yeah, and then poor tackling too on our, the offense trying to, become defenders. A lot of missed tackles. And now, but Culpeper should not hang their head here. They're in this ball game. All we got to do is go down, score a touchdown. They can score on this team.
And look, I mean, it's 10:06 to play in the fourth,
right?
So time is not a factor. Here's Mitri's kick, and getting under it at the 5-yard line. On the return there to the 20 is number 14, Keyshawn Tyler. So very average field position for the Blue Devils as they send their offense back on the field, trailing by 4 points. 31-27 with 10 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. And this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673.
See what they can do on offense here. They need a big play. This is when you got your big players stand out. This is when you look for your senior leadership, calm everything down, everyone do their job, and we can beat this team.
But you don't have to really do it quickly. You just have to do it methodically. And here is Mardus, the ball carrier. Look at Mardus into the open field. How did he get there? There he goes all the way. No, that's Riley Vineyard, Steve. If that play sticks, that's an 81-yard touchdown run. Are they going to be calling it back? Yep. You're going to see a yellow flag in the offensive backfield, which usually indicates
holding.
Yeah. Well, I was saying Riley Vineyard, he squirted loose, and where did the defenders go? It's an illegal shift against Culpeper.
I question that one too. They gave Colton Green a penalty for a real legitimate tackle. Now, I didn't see the shift. Jeez.
Mark them off 5 yards. From the 19 to the 14, it'll be first down and 15. And you talk away that 81-yard explosion by Riley Vineyard. He went virtually untouched.
If that counted, he'd be well almost to 200 yards tonight rushing. But
Well,
definitely over 100. 81 and 61.
you know, he always gives you that really huge effort, doesn't he?
Sure does.
On both sides of the football. He's not the only one, but he certainly has been a workhorse, no doubt about it.
Now it's going to be, what do you call now? Again, you know, these officials now are getting flag happy.
Well, I don't think, you know, again, it's first down and 15. You just have to play smart, ball control, mix it up as they've done. All right, here's Lentz. Here comes some pressure. This is Sullivan coming after him. He gets rid of it and avoids the sack.
And it's going to be an intentional grounding. There was nobody in the vicinity. Number 6 didn't get over quick enough. And so now it's going to be lost down, 5 yards, lost down.
Yeah, there's the signal for the intentional grounding.
Lost down. Now it's going to be third down.
Correction, that's actually going to be a penalty against the Blue Devils for intentional grounding.
You know, that hurts at this juncture in the
Yep.
game. You're down by 4 points.
Now it brings down, makes it second down because they were on first and 15. Loss of down, so that's going to be, should be third down, shouldn't it? It was first and 15, intentional grounding. That means 5
So,
yards, a loss of down.
Right, I would say it's third.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
They don't have it on the score, but they do have it
All
on
right,
that
while
down
we wait,
marker.
let's give a big shout out to the CPA.
They have it on the down marker, I
Yeah.
think.
They're doing a fantastic job tonight.
Oh,
All
they
right,
waved
they're
it
gonna wave
off.
that flag as well.
Now, how about that?
Intentional grounding not called on the play.
That's huge for Culpeper, Steve. That would have really set them back
For
here.
Yeah.
Samira Abulio,
So they wave off the penalty for
Alice
intentional grounding.
Beasley, Bella Borges, Lexi Clavelo, Johanna Ezel.
And they should mark it at the
We'll get back to
14,
them
I
in just a
think.
minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they mark. Yeah, that's what it was. And they don't lose it down, so it's second down and 15. Here's the ball carrier, Riley Vineyard, nowhere to go.
Yeah, but he's going to be, it's going to be an unsportsmanlike on Spotsylvania. It's going to be horse.
This is Tim Sullivan again
Yeah.
making the tackle for Spotsylvania.
Isabella Gallo,
Horse collar,
Delgado,
yep, against Spotsylvania, 15 yards.
Gloria Gaskins, Novella Gilly, Olivia Glenny, Brienne
You
Hill,
can't do that.
That
Shelby Henninghofer,
Well, he's trying to talk to the ref about it. He say he grabbed underneath the shoulder pads. But the
Yeah.
official sees your arm up around that neck area, they're going to flag you every
Olivia
time.
Carha,
Yeah, this is a play that's going to hurt the Spotsylvania defense, obviously.
Ariana
All right,
Lambert,
and they have put the ball down at the 22,
Lucy Cannell,
and they're saying it's second down,
Dean,
and about
Lorelei Willingham.
7 to go for a first down.
I guess they didn't give it a first down because they,
Head coach Michelle Levin.
Yeah, I don't know exactly why, but
Henninghofer
certainly helps the Culpeper cause.
cause.
Caleb Green, the ball carrier, and they're going to stuff him near the line of scrimmage,
Right.
maybe even a loss on the play.
Second down
Says,
for the Blue Devils.
Several Spotsylvania players combined for the tackle.
you got that defense is being over aggressive. You got to make them pay, and they're going to run in like that and try to rush, running and doing that spin offense, trying to get a break free or running back. But you need to, right now, I think you need to attack them with a screen pass, a slant pass, something of that nature.
Well, big third down for both teams here because the Blue Devils, trailing by 4 points, 31-27, have 39 from their own 20. Here's Lentz. He's going to air it out. He's got a receiver out there. Caleb Green was wide open,
In the open field.
unable to connect with him.
He was wide open. He just overthrew it. He waited. He threw it too quickly. He had to. If he could have waited another second and let Caleb get under the ball, that would have been 6.
So you think he may have rushed
Yeah,
it?
he rushed it a little bit. Of course, now you got a punt. You can't take the chance down here.
Right.
Only down 4.
And then dropping back is number 17, Michael Street Boggs. Have we mistakenly assigned the punting duties to Saul Acevedo? I don't know, but obviously it's number 17, Boggs, kicking. This kick is going to be fielded just shy of midfield, and that is Mr. Hudson Callahan. And his return of about 5 yards is going to give Spotsylvania excellent field position on the Blue Devils side of midfield. Spotsylvania with a 4-point lead, 31-27, will start this possession at the Culpeper 45.
They need a defensive stand here, Mark. They need to get the ball back on offense. They need to force a 3 and out.
Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. 8:22 to play in this one. It's 31-27 Spotsylvania. And again, the Knights starting excellent field position at the Blue Devil 45. Braden Hodges handing off, running back, Braylon Puller in the open field, breaks the tackle, spins away from another one, got inside the 25-yard line, tackled near the 23, the combined tackle by Caleb Green and Cameron Marduz. What a huge pickup that time by Puller.
Yeah, I mean, the defense is getting tired because they've been on the field. And you got a lot of players playing two ways. And right now, Spotsylvania's owning that line of scrimmage.
22-yard pickup, first down by Puller. He gets the carry again. There he goes up the middle, breaking through the traffic and getting down to the 10 before they finally rang down. That's a 13-yard pickup by Braylon Puller, the senior running back.
They're gashing our defense right now, Mark, and just, running up inside, hard runs, and the offensive line is doing the job.
Well, it's 1st and 10 Spotsylvania at the Culpeper 10. Back to Puller they go. Puller still fighting for yards. And they finally wrap him up and tackle him short of the goal line. He got down to about the 1. So Puller really going to work here, Steve.
Yeah, he's a big, strong runner.
Yeah, these big pickups. He's going to probably need a breather here in just a second. Well, they've got the ball down at the 1-yard line, and Spotsylvania looking to extend its lead. Right now it's 31-27. They are in great position right here with 2nd and goal from the 1. And they might as well give it to Puller and have him finish off this drive. Well, Puller's in from 1 yard out. Touchdown Spotsylvania, and they have increased their lead from 31-27 to 37-27.
Man, they're playing so well. They're just letting this game get away from them, Mark.
Can you pinpoint, Steve, when you remember it was 20-10 Culpeper at the half? When did Spotsylvania really take control, you think?
I think they took control after we went up, after the big Raleigh Vineyard run. We go up. I think that's when they finally, realized, hey, they figured out what Culpeper was doing on defense, and they were giving up. They're protecting against the long throw or long run, but they were giving up these short like screens and just little curl out patterns, and basically Spotsylvania was taking what Culpeper was giving them, and they did a good job on it. But I think after that last score by Culpeper, we then we had penalties. That's the other thing. Penalties killed us.
Yeah.
I mean, and when they killed us like that, you know what? That's now we look at the scoreboard.
38-27 Spotsylvania, 7:09 remaining in the fourth quarter. This broadcast brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371. Yeah, I mean, I think you've summed it up nicely. And Steve, what about fatigue now, a factor for the Culpeper defense?
It is. It's a big factor. Now, we got to score quick here. I mean, we have to, we're down 11. We got to score quick, do an onside kick, get the ball. And we've scored points in a hurry. We just got to learn, got to execute.
Taking this one on the run is Colton Green on the return.
And so now we should tell your offense, you're going to have to be throwing it because you got to, first off, make sure you play within yourself. Don't give up a big turnover or a big penalty.
Culpeper back on offense. average field position at the 29 to start things here. And you pointed out, Steve, they're trailed by 2 scores. It's 38-27 and 7 minutes remaining. So now you do have to play with more of a sense of urgency.
Yep.
Before that last Spotsylvania score, they really didn't have to, as long as they were moving the ball methodically and holding on to it. All right, here's Lentz on the rollout. Short pass. This one caught. This one caught by Jossie Shiflett.
Yep. He's a big receiver. You know, he can get you your yards. That's what you do. You got to go to your skill players now.
Yeah, he had that touchdown catch in the first half. He picked up 9 yards. And to the 38, it's 2nd down and 1. Clock is running, 6:49 and counting, 4th quarter action. Again, 38-27 our score in favor of the visiting Knights. Here's Lentz again. He's got time. He throws downfield. This one caught. Caleb Green makes the first defender miss. He's down to the Spotsylvania 30-yard line. And that is a pickup of 32 yards on a play. Here's another look at it.
Watch what he does. Caleb Green high points the ball and goes up and gets it. He's taller than those defenders. I'd be going to him or Johnson Shiflett or Mason Elkins. Any one of them. They've got a height advantage on that Spotsylvania secondary.
And he picked up some yards after the catch, and that's important here, it isn't it?
Yep.
So now Blue Devils have it 1st and 10 at the Knights 31. Lentz again. He's going to be hit, and he's going to be sacked for a loss. And he's lucky he was able to hold on to that football.
Right.
I think he has his arm set to go in throwing motion. He was able to pull it down and avoid turning the ball over, Steve, but they did lose some yardage back to, it looks like, the 37. He lost 6 yards, so it'll bring up 2nd and 16.
Keith Jackson would say, "Whoa, Nelly."
Whoa, Nelly. Nelly was the name of the Jeep.
Yep.
Wasn't it in the Roy Rogers show?
Yep.
Yeah. Whoa, Nelly.
It's a real barn burner.
Keith Jackson had a way.
Yeah.
One of a kind. All right, here's 2nd and 16 now. Lentz fakes it to Caleb Green. One to throw short, incomplete.
Got to get that ball up.
And he tried to get it out there in the flat to Grant Soderholm. Now we got 3rd and long, 3rd and 16 now for the Blue Devils.
And Culpeper's got to be starting thinking they got to use their timeouts.
Well, clock stopped on the incomplete pass. We do have it marked here at the 38. And they've got to get down to the 21 for a 1st down. So we need 17 yards here on 3rd down.
See if they can pick it up here.
We'll need a good chunk of it anyway to have a 4th down that's manageable. On the pass, this one caught, then knocked out of bounds immediately, was number 6, Jossie Shiflett. So 2 big catches on this drive, Steve. That was a big one there. Now, it is 4th down.
They got to go for it.
Yeah, they did. He picked up 9 yards, but that's going to bring up a 4th down, and it looks like 8. They'll send Shiflett wide left. Caleb Green goes to the left in the slot. 2 receivers to the right as well. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout taken by Spotsylvania. Rather.
Yeah, Spotsylvania saw they were lined up wrong. Culpeper recognized it, but they called timeout.
All right, well, this broadcast brought to you in part by UBA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UBACreditUnion.org. And you know, our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. So, with the timeout taken by Spotsylvania for the defense to think about what they're going to do against this Culpeper offense, is facing a must-have conversion on 4th down, Steve. There's just no way around it.
Yeah, they have to convert here. I mean, you got to dial up a play. It's a play you've been running a lot in practice or in other games. You've got to tell your team, you do not, if you're a receiver, do not break off your route short. Make sure if you're going to break it off, you're beyond the yard to gain. Don't come back, and then put yourself in catching, and, you didn't get the 1st down.
Wednesday, October 1st at 6
Well, they're going to send 2 receivers to the left. That's Jossie Shiflett.
at 7 p.m.
Top of your screen. Caleb Green in the slot to the left. Mason Elk. That's Green now in motion. Throwing behind the receiver. He's got it. This Jossie Shiflett will have a Blue Devil first down. Steve, 3 catches for Shiflett on this drive.
That's right. He's a go-to receiver here. You know, they're faked it to Caleb. Look right here, wide open. He got beyond the sticks, what I just said.
And you know what? I think that Lentz was able to connect with them because of the block he got in the back from Cameron Marduz.
Yep.
They made it possible. Without Marduz's block, I think Lentz gets hit and the ball doesn't get there. But I could be wrong. Anyway, we have converted there, the Blue Devils have, for a first down. Here's Lentz looking to his right this time. Now he throws downfield. Got a receiver again. And hauling it in was Caleb Green. He's now just shy of the 10-yard line.
Yep, another first down pickup, I think. Good catch there by Caleb Green. And Spotsylvania is bringing the blitz. They're bringing pressure big time on Riley Lentz. So he's recognizing and getting that ball out there quick.
Well, you know, he picked on that Spotsylvania right side, and then he picked on the left a second ago, mixing it up. And he threw behind the intended receiver, this time Jossie Shiflett. Brings up second down, and let's see what they have here. I don't think he picked up that first down on that play before.
Oh, he did?
I don't think so, now because they're saying it's second down and 3.
Oh, okay.
But in any event,
They got to score.
incomplete pass, clock stop, 3:52 to play here in the fourth. 38-27, 11-point differential, Spotsylvania on top. And here it is now, third down. Throwing over the middle, he's got it caught. It's Caleb Green from 11 yards out.
Touchdown, Blue Devils. Caleb Green from 11-yard pass from Riley Lentz. Touchdown.
Lentz looks left, throws over the middle. Caleb Green got loose, and Lentz threw it on the money. So they cut into that lead. Now 38-33, this game is not over.
Well, they're going to go for 2.
Well, I think you do here, don't you? Because
it makes it a field goal difference.
Yeah, exactly. You have to go for 2 here. Well, Riley Vineyard, of course, checks back in the game. Surprise, surprise. Cameron Marduz is in the backfield. Riley Lentz and Caleb Green. And they snap it to Vineyard, or nope, it wasn't the Vineyard, it was the up back Marduz, and they stopped it. Number 52, Dante Roy makes the stop for Spotsylvania. So 2-point try is foiled, and it's a 4-point game. So Culpeper has to have a touchdown in this one rather than a field goal to tie it.
Yeah, they're going to have to have a touchdown, and they're going to have to basically they're going to have to keep Spotsylvania, get them off the field. It's quick. You're going to have to play lights out defense and don't give up the big play because we're down 5, 38-33. And so, what do you? I don't know. I mean, but see, one advantage is Mark too, is that Culpeper still has all his timeouts, so they got to stop play.
That's right. They have 3, and Spotsy has 2.
So now the question is, do you go onside kick here?
Well,
3:47.
I don't know.
I don't either. I mean,
they've kept the kicks short though, with purpose, and early on that worked for them. You're still going to have to ask your defense to get a stop pretty quickly.
Yep.
Because once Spotsylvania gets a first down in these set of downs, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, because you have to use your timeout, stop the clock.
So Acevedo will kick off for Culpeper, and we'll see what the strategy here is. If it's an onside kick or a pooch kick, or they try to pin them back deep. I think right now, only Culpeper's kicking team and coaching staff knows for sure. The rest of us will have to wait and see what happens. Here's Acevedo approaching. All right, here's an onside kick. Ball is loose. Looks like Culpeper has it.
They do.
It's been recovered by number 21, Savion Milam. Well, that was a gutsy call.
Sure, watch this play. Great onside kick. Watch this. Here it comes up.
5. There's 10 yards, and he couldn't get a handle on it. It was a return man there. Let's go pick up his number. Oh, I'll tell you who it is. It's number 0. Aiden Miller had a chance for Spotsylvania. That was a tough ball to handle. I guess it was like a hot potato, but Culpeper was all over it. So the onside kick works. Culpeper, Steve, back in business. Spotsylvania side of midfield. They have it on the Spotsylvania 47 with 3:45 remaining and all 3 of their timeouts. This is Riley Vineyard looking for a block. This could be a late hit. They slung him to the ground. I don't see a flag in.
Yeah, where's the flag?
Because he was well out of bounds, and they decided to give him a little
if you're going to throw it on a Culpeper player on Caleb Green that didn't even hit him in the field of play.
Vineyard picked up 5 yards and makes it second and 5 here from the 42. Watch that clock, 3:23 ticking. Culpeper does have all 3 of its timeouts remaining. A touchdown would win it for this team. They trail by 5, 38-33. Clock continues to run, 3:10 and counting. Second down and 5. This is Vineyard looking to get to the outside. And he's not going to be able to do it. They bottle him up in the backfield for a loss, and putting the finishing touches on that tackle was none other than Timmy Sullivan, number 55.
Now he got third down, 3rd and 11, Mark. I mean, you gotta. I think you go back to passing game, what you did to score the previous touchdown.
Well, Riley Lentz has looked to both sides of the field with his passing plays, and Jossie Shiflett has hauled in some big catches.
Yeah, Shiflett and
Caleb Green.
Caleb Green, and you can't count Elkins out either. They're ones cutting over the middle, getting the ball.
Culpeper could be down to 2 plays here. We've got a whistle and stoppage. We're going to have a timeout taken by Spotsylvania. So as Spotsylvania calls timeout, they'll have 1 remaining with 2:24 to play here in this 4th quarter. Again, 38-33, 4-point advantage by Spotsylvania. Steve, with the Blue Devils looking at 3rd and 11, they have 2 plays to get a first down. Because you still have plenty of time when you think you have 3 timeouts remaining.
Right.
So they have to convert here, or it doesn't really matter how many timeouts they have. They're just going to run out of time if they don't convert.
So basically, the offensive coordinators in there telling them, look, we got really 2 plays, but we got to make penetration, and we're allowing penetration by the Spotsylvania defenders to get on our quarterback quick. We've got to maintain our blocking up front and go back to that short passing game. And I'd be looking to Green, Elkins, or Shiflett coming across. They're big targets. You need to utilize them.
Well, Shiflett has really stepped up. Caleb Green on the receiving end, and Riley Vineyard running the ball. Caleb Green running the ball. Lentz is looking at 3rd down and 11 here. Here comes the pressure. Watch out. He's able to get rid of it. Going up for it. Oh, he almost had it. Or did he have it?
He did.
Caleb Green hauled it in. I thought maybe he'd lost the handle, but no, he had it in. Watch this replay here, Steve.
What a catch.
There's Lentz throwing it. Pressure came. He was able to get rid of it. He caught it over his shoulder.
Yep.
Nicely done by Caleb Green. All the way down near the 20-yard line. Well, actually, going to be at the 24. First down.
And give credit to Lentz for hanging in there on that pressure.
Yeah, because they hit him as he was throwing it. Now, Culpeper has the first down at the Spotsylvania 24. 2:05 to play. They need a score. Vineyard. The ball carrier right side. Not much.
Let's Culpeper, use your timeouts.
Well, not yet, right?
Yeah,
I think part of the thing is they're thinking that, we want to score, but we don't give Spotsylvania any time to respond. Ball 22. 2-yard pickup by Vineyard. 2nd and 8 on its way. Vineyard remains in the backfield alongside Riley Lentz. And there's a snap to Lentz. Here comes the pressure. Over the middle, incomplete. He threw it, and trying to haul it in was a diving Mason Elkins. Does stop the clock, though.
He stops the clock. Now brings up what?
3rd and 8.
Minute 22 to go. They need to find the end zone.
Well, they got 2 plays really to convert again, though. for a new set of downs, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to have it on one play, but they do have to get first down yardage to keep this drive going.
You hear a pin drop in this crowd.
They didn't have to use a timeout either because the incomplete pass stopped the clock. All right, here it is, 3rd and 8, Blue Devils at the 22 of Spotsylvania. Here's Lentz. He's being pressured. They're going to sling him down, and it's going to be Timmy Sullivan with the big sack, number 55. You knew he was going to be a force coming in for Spotsylvania all the way back to the 35-yard line. A loss of 13 yards on that 3rd down sack. That's going to bring up 4th down and 21 yards to go.
And they called timeout. Now you got to dial up a play here, Mark. You got to get 21 to the first.
Yep.
About how many yards to the end zone?
Well, they're from the 30. They're 35 yards out.
So,
but they have to get 21 yards to keep the possession.
Yep.
Or they're going to turn it over on downs, and you figure Spotsylvania will get out of here with a win.
Yep. They'll just kneel down.
Yeah, a minute 14 remaining. Culpeper, recognizing the time, recognizing how many timeouts they have. It was that big sack that really hurts them here.
Yeah,
they went from a 3rd and 8 to a 4th and 21.
This is where you tell your seniors you got to step up. It's a big game right here. Step up, and you got to give Lentz some time to throw because they're going to bring pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been bringing the pressure, and let's see what happens here on 4th and 21. This could be, here comes some more pressure. Over the middle they throw it. This one incomplete. And now the Blue Devils will have to turn it over on downs to Spotsylvania.
Yeah.
And that's probably just going to about do it.
Yeah.
But it was that sack, Steve, that really set them back this time.
Yeah, it sure was. It just took the wind right out of their sails.
Because they had 3rd and 8, which meant they had 2 plays to get 8 yards.
Yep.
That was manageable. But after that sack, that was the probably the difference.
Yeah. Now because Spotsylvania is not going to do anything stupid here. They're just going to take a knee, force Culpeper to use the rest of his timeouts, and try to run this clock in. And you got to hand it to Spotsylvania. They hung in there and they came back.
Yeah, it's kind of a wild finish when you think about the score being 20-10 at the intermission.
Hand it off.
And they go to the handoff. This again is Puller. He had a big game here in this 4th quarter, and he picks up a first down all the way out to the 49-yard line. 14 yards and a first down by Puller.
We know next week, Mark, we go to Fauquier.
Yep, we do.
We got Culpeper back again. We go to the dungeon.
Well, I think that's a game
bunker.
that Culpeper should be in pretty good position.
Yep, I do too. I think they'll beat Fauquier. I mean, they had this game. They had this game, but again, when you make mistakes in crucial times, they come back to haunt you.
Well, Spotsylvania did turn up the heat with that pressure here to get to Lentz. Taking a knee here is the quarterback, number 12, Braden Hodges, of course. And they're going to let the clock run down. 20 seconds and counting, and Spotsylvania is going to get out of here tonight. We're going to leave Broman Field with a 5-point win, 38-33. I got to tell you, Steve, I did not predict that there'd be as many points scored here tonight.
I didn't
thought
either.
there'd be a lot less.
I did too.
In fact, I'm going to tell you, I predicted there'd be 27 points scored. It turned out there was 71. So you can't put your money on that O'Connell guy.
Well, hey, Culpeper, they played a good game. It just they had mistakes at inopportune times, meaning the penalties or drop balls or, they just, and Spotsylvania dialed up the pressure, and I thought Culpeper was handling the pressure pretty well, but they didn't at the end.
But you know what? As we say, neither team quit.
No.
They fought to the very end. All right, congratulations to both teams for a hard-fought win tonight by Spotsylvania. Once again, our final score from Broman Field, Spotsylvania 38, Culpeper 33. For Nick and Steve, I'm Mark O'Connell saying thanks for watching and supporting Blue Devils football on the Culpeper Media Network. We plan to see the Blue Devils again in action next Friday against the Fauquier Falcons. Until then, have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next week from Warrenton, Virginia, Fauquier High School. So long.
Broadcast is made possible by the generosity of the following sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found & Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.